Smile Erica laughing emoji. Well, on that bite, dot dot dot.
I'll lay you to rest in pieces. No picture on a t-shirt, like you never existed. I'm done being a victim. This my villain era, look out. I go hard for my heart, play with her, it go down. Now you blocked, don't make a sound, don't wish you no harm. to stop now, but I'm way too good at goodbyes. Bet you thought grass was green on that other whole side. Guess what? I'ma help you decide. Tattooed on my tears, no, I swear that you won't catch me cry. Got no reasons left to rewind. I gave you my word. Try it again, I'll put you on a bench. Do not disturb. To think I used to dream of being your wife. Cold-blooded. Boy, I'm cold-blooded. I'm cold-blooded. All this blue ice water in my veins. Memorial service in your name. Cold-blooded.
Test. Let me go ahead and check something. Oh Lord.
Grease. On my elbow, talk to the 6 deep. It's a fuck no, tucking in a bit. Look lean, look red, oh, lay it on thick. Look at me, look at that rose, look like grease. On my elbow, talk to the 6 deep. It's a fuck no, tucking in a bit. Look lean, look red, oh, lay it on thick. Look at me, look at that rose, look like that. Whole time I'm coasting, breaking the whip invoice. It was coded, I call me these nets invoice. It was coded, I handle my biz, big noise. I was vocal, cloaking a bit. Bear in mind with the XO, kissing up the rim. Wonder why there's no net flow. Pockets very slim, don't know why I had to get low. Summoning my kin. Fix your mouth. Fix your mouth. Fix your tailbone. Fix your mouth. Fix your mouth. Fix your tailbone. Grease on my elbow, talk to the 6 deep. It's a fuck no, tucking in a bit. Look lean, look red, oh, lay it on thick. Look at me, look at that rose, look like grease. On my elbow, talk to the 6 deep. It's a fuck no, tucking in a bit. Look lean, look red, oh, lay it on thick. Look at me, look at that rose, look at that. Cuban collar slacks coordinate. Miami 1988. Back of the shoes, prep paper planes. Noodles of ramen, some crazy ways. Sweat in my armpits. No bathing ape, these are everlast garments. Day to day, two with the border. Crazy fate, knew if they caught ya. These niggas want me out my frame. Use my name for relevance. Shame. Fix your mouth. Oh my god. If I could listen to you, man, put in your fucking mouth anymore. Grease on my elbow, talk to the 6 deep. It's a fuck no, tucking in a bit. Look lean, look red, oh, lay it on thick. Look at me, look at that rose, look at that.
Okay, we got lag again, but it shouldn't be that bad. I'm just gonna let y'all know this is secondhand news, okay? This stuff is what I didn't tell y'all or what happened this past week, okay? So don't expect nothing new. So don't also come for me. Like I said, I ain't got no money. All you're gonna get is bills. Go to the damn news channel that I used. It's not like I'm hiding it. Anyways, let's begin. Okay, dang it.
Let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win. I'm on 10.
Okay, give me a second here. Everything is weird. Where the hell is this? Oh, I don't even remember doing that one. Where the hell is it? Okay, there it is. All right. So, sorry about that. I don't know why I said the stream was ending. That is weird as hell. But hey, how y'all doing? I guess I'll just go ahead and say the hellos and stuff. It's every damn time. Give me a second here. Because we got a long ass night. So,
hello, motherfucker. Hi.
And
Hello.
so anyways, the first thing we gonna jump into, give me a second. I had to rub my eye for a minute. I can't, wait a minute. I don't know where I am. Okay, there it is. I told you this is a stream. We're gonna go ahead and jump into a little pop news or whatever the hell they call it. Give me just a second here.
And then a small gap.
Yeah. Okay, give me a second. The damn thing every damn time. I should have checked it. I really should have checked it. Give me just a moment. Alrighty. Cause this damn thing don't give a shit. Alright, here we go. So strange new just a second. Alright. Strange new details emerge about suspect in Rihanna home, pew pew. All right, y'all. Let's start with the story that sounds like something straight out of the damn Thriller movie. I saw the video. That woman is batshit crazy. Somebody actually opened fire outside Rihanna's Beverly Hills mansion. Now, I'm not a journalist, so that's an hour after I got offline from my Sunday. Anyways, police arrested a woman named Ivana Lisette Ortiz, a 35-year-old from Florida, and she is now sitting behind bars with a $10 million bail after being booked for attempted murder. Investigators say the suspect parked across the street from Rihanna's home and fired between 5 and 7 shots, most of them hitting the exterior gate of the property. That woman is batshit crazy. I listened to her for a minute. I didn't know what the hell she was talking about. Now, the wild part is the weapon used was reportedly an AR-15 style rifle, which means this situation could have turned tragic real quick. Thankfully, Rihanna was inside the home and nobody was hurt. Still, imagine sitting in your house and hearing gunshots. Wait a minute, okay. She's in Beverly Hills. This heifer is from Florida. She flew all the way over there. You telling me? Yeah, she's lucky. Cause I mean, that woman seems like she probably would have tried to get in there at one point. She probably would have tried. I think that was just a warning. So they need to keep her ass in there. But anyways, still imagine sitting in your house and hearing gunshots aimed at your property. That is terrifying. No matter how famous or rich you are. Authorities say Ortiz, give me a second here. Ortiz had been posting strange messages online claiming Rihanna was jealous of her and talking about God's judgment. Yeah, I saw that video. It was weird as hell. She also reportedly made bizarre accusations about the singer's health and claimed she had been harassed by Rihanna. Let me just say this. When somebody thinks Rihanna personally has time to stalk them, that person probably needs a therapist, not a Facebook account. Ortiz also has a prior arrest from 2023 related to DV, and investigators are still trying to figure out what exactly pushed this situation from internet delusion to actual gunfire. Rihanna's mansion itself is a 7,600 square foot property she bought in 2021 for about $13.8 million. She better never sell that shit. That is wealth. Sitting in a neighborhood with other celebrities like Mariah Carey and Madonna. Keep your kids away from that. Fans online were understandably shaken, especially since Rihanna and A$AP Rocky now have 3 young children. And honestly, the biggest question people are asking is simple. If somebody can sit outside a celebrity's home and fire multiple shots, where exactly was the security team? Because when you're a global superstar and a mother, I guess she is, I don't know, the expectation is that protection should be all airtight. You would think that, you really would, but I mean, the outside was far away from I would imagine that's the security there, that space, just saying. Thankfully the situation ended with no injuries and an arrest, but it's still a reminder that don't protect you from unstable people. Sometimes fame actually attracts them. I don't know what made that woman focus on that lady. Maybe it's her forehead. I don't know. Cause I mean, damn, it's big. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna bring this down and we're gonna go ahead and talk. We're about to get into the bullshit. Once again, I do apologize for the lag. Because I don't know what to say about it. Hold on, give me a second. I'm not even talking right. I hate this so much. Give me just a minute. Okay, now it's starting to work right. I don't know what that was all about, but yeah, let's continue. That was weird. Uh basically what I'm about to do is show you my commercial. If you like what I'm doing, or if you have an opinion and think that I should change something, you got some recommendations, let me know. I might actually take it to heart and actually do that. Give me a second. I'll be right back with real news. Ugh.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Daisy, that's my girl, that's my mascot. No one's gonna lie with this hours till we pass out. Inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turn.
All right, everything's all fucked up. I'm so sorry. Give me just a moment here. I gotta move this page to the side. I freaking forgot. I'm doing all kind of stuff. This next story is sad, and I'm so sorry about it. So, trigger warning before I even begin. Trigger warning, because this ain't a nice story at all. All right, so anyways, let me get here. All right, yeah. 12-year-old girl dies after fight with fellow student at a bus stop. This is ridiculous. 12-year-old girl in Georgia named Jada West died after a fight that started on a school bus and continued after the students got off. According to investigators, the altercation happened near her home in Villa Rica shortly after school on March 5th. Video obtained by local news shows Jada and another girl fighting in the street while other kids stood nearby. After the fight ended, Jada reportedly walked away toward her home. Moments later, she collapsed. A friend ran to her and she was rushed to Tanner Medical Center before being transferred to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. The doctors placed her in coma. 3 days later, on March 8th, she died. Authorities are still waiting for an official autopsy result to determine the exact cause of death. Police and the district attorney office are reviewing videos footage to decide whether criminal charges should be filed. This is sick. God dang. Jada had only started attending Mason Creek Middle School earlier this year, enrolled in January. Her family says she had been dealing with bullying since arriving at school, which makes this situation even more painful. Her mother, Rashuna McLinden, spoke through grief and anger while saying she still cannot understand how her daughter ended up not breathing on the ground after a fight. And honestly, the situation highlights a bigger issue. Kids filming fights instead of stopping them. Kids standing around watching instead of helping. I don't know what you talking about. Kids have been like that for a long time before phones. They wasn't filming them, but they definitely wasn't stopping them either. If anything, they was goading people on. The only person that stopped it was an adult. So you tell me when a kid actually stopped a fight, because I have not seen that not once. And I've been in those fights. I don't usually watch those fights. I know people who run to those fights. That's for damn sure. Anyways, let's see here now. Schools often say incidents happen off campus as if the problem magically disappears once the bus door opens. First of all, the fight started on the goddamn bus, so that's school property right there. You're already in this mess. The school district issued condolences and stated the fight occurred outside school property and after school hours. But to grieving parents, the distinction probably means very little. A child left school alive and never came home the same. Investigation is ongoing and a community is waiting for answers. I really don't know what to say because I know what it's been like. I grew up in the 80s. There were fights, but unfortunately people didn't, they usually went home in one piece, maybe not in the same shape, but in one piece regardless. So I'm not really sure how to feel about this. I will update once they update, because that's so sad. This next one, I don't know how the hell this was possible. This dude here has determination is all I can say. That's all I get. I don't know what else to say. It's just determination. So, so let me go ahead and show y'all this because I don't understand how he was able to do this. I really don't. And it's kind of sick. It's very kind of sick, you know?
Emotional content.
All right, so the chilling details of the Houston man who allegedly kept disabled wife captive for years in a house full of people. How the hell did nobody notice that shit? So brace yourself, because this is straight out of a horror movie. A Houston man named James Earl Johnson, at least it's not Jones, has been accused of James Earl. God dang, that's an old name for this face. He has been accused of keeping his disabled wife locked inside a bedroom for 5 years. Police say his wife, Ruby Johnson, y'all both got old ass names. Damn. Was allegedly confined to a room in their Clear Lake home since 2021 with extremely limited contact with the outside world. I hope they at least, he moved her around because bed sore shit. Investigators say she was surviving on 1 egg a day and occasional light meals while also being denied medical care for her disability. The level of isolation reportedly left her physically weakened, yeah, that's atrophy, and mentally traumatized. I bet isolation. Oh, that's considered what you call it? That's an inhumane punishment. It's a crime against humanity. Now, here is the twist that finally exposed the situation. Authorities say Johnson accidentally left a cell phone on a nightstand one day. Ruby used that phone to call 911. The call was cut short after Johnson allegedly discovered what she was doing, slapped her, and disconnected the call. But that brief call was enough. Police eventually arrived and arrested him. He is now facing charges for injuring a disabled individual and endangering a vulnerable person. Crimes that could carry up to 20 years in prison if he is convicted. Now, here's the part that leaves people scratching their heads. The couple lived in a 6,000 plus square home worth about $1 million, and how the hell old is this man? Because if this is him, it says that's a photo of him. When was this picture taken? How old is he? The couple lived in with their adult children were also living in the house during this time. Neighbors say they had no idea anything was wrong, which raises a chilling question. Are they checking on their mama? Didn't they check on their mama? Damn, y'all are just, that's neglect. That's what that is. How does someone stay trapped in a house full of people for years without anyone stepping in? Was she I don't know what. Was she a horrible person? Did she have a bad personality? Did she betray anybody? Why did y'all do this to that lady? Johnson has since been released on a $100,000, y'all got money apparently, a $100,000 bond while awaiting court. Ruby Johnson is currently receiving medical care, and authorities are continuing to investigate how something this disturbing managed to stay hidden for so long. I feel like that was a family group. That was a family operation there. That was family all the way, because ain't no damn way you live in that house unless you moved in there and then later on your adult kids moved in and you had already told them that she had passed. But I'm still trying to figure, it don't make sense. It's not making sense. The math is not mathing. So we're gonna go ahead and ignore that and move on to the next story. I am still struggling without my screens. I will figure this out eventually, but right now I'm in the middle of school. Maybe sometime for that one little week I got. But I do know I will be graduating if everything keeps going. Hey, Garth. Hey, Joker. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I should graduate in less than a year. I got about 10 more months. Real talk, Joker. Do you think I should use a voice changer? I'm not sure about my voice. Do you think I should use a voice changer? Feel like I missed the story I needed to miss. You did. You missed the story. That Joker was weird. That was a very weird story, but believe me, you're going to be annoyed with the next ones. There's a lot of annoyance tonight. It's a long one, I told y'all. But a lot of these stories are kind of interesting, so I couldn't avoid them. Anyways, check this next story out. Oh, boy.
You should have been talking shit.
Hold on, I gotta move stuff. I told you it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. Oh, I got it right. All right, so Black America must know the terrifying success of Project 2025. I told y'all before about Project 24. Yeah, I have a voice changer. I was wondering if I should use a voice changer. I'm not sure if my voice, I don't know. I worry sometimes. Maybe I have a weird voice. I don't know. I've had several freaking people tell me I have a deep voice, which is insulting. And someone else was talking shit about my voice before, so I start to get worried about that shit. I told y'all I'm still working on my self-esteem issues. But anyways, let's talk about this shit here. This is not some random internet rumor. It is actually no, we ain't doing this tonight. Nope, nope, nope. I already know how to fix this now. There you go. I'll put that back later. This is not a random internet rumor. It is actually a nearly 1,000 page policy blueprint created by the Heritage Foundation, which are basically white supremacists, and a coalition of conservative organizations. The plan lays out how a future Republican administration could rapidly reshape the federal government. Yes, as in the poor work for the rich. You can kiss my ass. I'm not being a damn slave. We not going any further than this. Y'all already damn near asking us to do a fucking 50-year thing. People always got something to say and nothing to say at the same time. That's kind of deep. Anyways, the plan lays out, yeah, I told you that. Supporters say it would restore stronger presidential authority. No, it's not doing that. It's not doing that. Critics say it would dismantle many of the checks and balances that currently limit executive power. Now, one major area of concern involves diversity in civil rights programs. Early policy moves already eliminated federal DEI programs within government agencies. Some private organizations have also faced pressure to scale back similar initiatives. Critics argue these changes weaken protections that were designed to expand opportunity for marginalized communities, including Black Americans. Real quick, did you watch the FBA Exodus? God dang it. Watch you say no, I forgot. Anyways, critics argue these changes weaken protection that were designed to expand opportunity for marginalized communities, including Black Americans, even though we don't really prosper for half of that shit. I didn't even know what the hell DEI was. It didn't affect me. Let's see here now. A major shift involves policing oversight. The department, where the fuck was that? Oh, sorry. Not trying to cuss. The Department of Justice has reportedly stopped pursuing certain civil rights investigations into local police departments. Oh, that's great. Lovely. These investigations previously looked at patterns of excessive force or racial profiling. So, Jim Crow it is. Okay. Without them, critics worry communities lose an important external check on law enforcement misconduct. At the same time, the administration has expanded support for harsher sentencing policies and increased use of the federal death penalty. Data from the criminal justice system already shows Black men are disproportionately represented in death penalty cases. I wonder why. I'm telling y'all, we need to just get the fuck out of here. Go check out the Yarbroughs. That's a married couple going all around the world. I don't know how they got the money to do that, but they doing it. So, hey. There have also been cuts to community-based violence prevention programs, including initiatives that funded social workers and intervention teams in hospitals and neighborhoods. I didn't forget. I couldn't find it. I looked for it to be posted on this channel. It's in the playlist area. You can find it in the playlist area where it says I Got Smoke. Hold on. Let me see if I can hurry up and give you the link. Give me just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and find this real quick. And while I'm doing that, Let's see. I'm gonna keep reading here. There have been community-based violence. Supporters say the government should focus more on enforcing laws. Where am I here? Laws. Opponents say eliminating prevention programs simply leads to more incarceration rather than solving root problems. Let's see. Environmental policies have also been affected, including the U.S. stepping back from some international climate initiatives. Shareable link. Thank you. Now I'm going to go back because I don't like being in this one. And I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. And then I think I'm done. Hold on. I got to pull this thing now because I can't see what you said. I know it's me. I'll watch it tonight after you post the link. I already posted it right under you. Okay, let me go back. Where am I here? Okay, I need to get this thing down again because if not, I wiggle around too much. My little avatar wiggles and I don't like that. It's creepy. Anyways. Environmental policies have also been affected, including the U.S. stepping back from some international climate initiatives and cutting funding or global climate programs. I'm so sick of this shit. Okay, so y'all don't seem to think y'all need to breathe too, apparently? Shit. So whether someone supports or opposes these policies, one thing is clear. The changes being discussed under Project 2025 could reshape everything from policing to employment protections to environmental regulation, which means we all might die after this shit. And that is why people across the political spectrum are paying attention. These motherfuckers here, they don't want to pay attention. I swear they don't. Moving on, because it's getting even... Ugh. So now they talking about boots on the ground. Why the fuck we gotta go fight it? How about everybody that voted for him? Y'all send y'all kids then, huh? How about that? Y'all send y'all kids. Okay, that includes politicians. That includes the fucking Drumpf family. Send your fucking kids. We didn't vote for this shit. We don't agree with this shit. We never agreed with you. Honestly, I kind of wish your father had swallowed you. But we gonna go ahead. Black Americans respond to possible boots on the ground as Iran conflict rages forward. This is a fucking fight we didn't start. I don't know why they fucking started it. Now we got to go fight it. Why the fuck we gotta go? We wasn't even watching the fucking fight. Now y'all pulling us into that bitch? Damn it. Black folks are tired of being dragged into wars they did not start. As tensions between the United States and Iran escalate, social media has been filled with reactions from Black Americans questioning why the country keeps heading forward towards conflict. I told you, America would be the worst friend you ever fucking had. I mean, yuck. I said that many of these concerns come from a simple reality. Black Americans have historically been overrepresented in the U.S. military, which means that any large-scale conflict can disproportionately affect our communities. Some people joke that Black folks should officially declare neutrality in the situation. Others pointed out that everyday Americans are still dealing with economic struggles at home, while politicians debate military action overseas. The order of operation is send MAGA, send Drumpf's kids, and send everybody who voted for him and leave us out of it. Exactly. That's what it needs to be because, like I said, I didn't vote for this shit at all. I fucking gave up on this country on November 5th, 2024. I turned my ass around. I went to sleep. I was so fucking disappointed. I have never felt disgust and disappointment so deeply in my life. Yeesh. Anyway, I just didn't realize. I overestimated. I thought Americans were smarter than this. I was wrong. Where was I? Okay, so here we go. Online posts have reflected that frustration. Some people joke that black folks should officially declare. I said that anyways. A Quinnipiac University poll, who the hell goes to that school, found that 74% of Americans oppose sending ground troops into Iran, showing widespread hesitation about another major war that we don't even know what the fucking cause is. Y'all just be meddling in motherfucking business and shit. I don't understand why people want to try to rule other motherfuckers and their politics like this. We got a fucking South African who just fucked up our damn administration. Why does he have access to our fucking government? And the other one, Peter Thiel, why does he have access to our fucking government? He is not a native born American. Just like, why the fuck are we fighting somebody else's war? Israel got beef with Iran, not us. And why the fuck do they have beef with Iran? Man, if y'all don't go somewhere with that bullshit, mind your damn business and maybe all of us can prosper. Shit. Anyways, meanwhile, tensions have intensified after the death of Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, creating a major leadership shift inside the country. His son, Mojtajabi Khamenei, Khamenei, has reportedly stepped into a leadership role, doing a period analysts say could reshape Iran's political direction. From what I heard, if America had left Iran the fuck alone in the 70s and the 60s, we wouldn't be here. We fucking wouldn't be here. Not like this shit. The U.S. Department has already advised Americans to exercise increased caution while travel disruption and disruptions and flight reroutes continue across the region. This is because our country started this bullshit. For many people watching from home, the conversation comes down to one question. How many times does the country repeat the same fucking cycle before learning from history? When we stop having all these racist white motherfuckers who think that they should rule every motherfucking person, then we can talk. And judging from the online reactions, a lot of Americans are saying they would prefer diplomacy over another war headline. Tell me about it. So basically, it's gonna do a butterfly effect. So when I mean butterfly effect, I mean this fucking story here. Mortgages jump as market reels from Drumpf's war in Iran, threatening black home ownership. Why the fuck we always gotta be affected? The fuck, we didn't even vote for this bullshit. Why we gotta have the damn brunt of the bitch? Shit, go back over to the other side. We didn't want this shit, so why the hell we gotta suffer? When the U.S. gets tangled up in global conflict, the effects do not stay overseas. They show up in gas prices, grocery prices, and yes, even mortgage rates. Financial analysts say the escalating tensions between the United States and Iran starting to ripple through the housing market. According to Freddie Mac, I don't know who the hell that is, the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate has climbed to about 6.11%, marking 2 straight weeks of increases. So in other words, I told y'all about house flipping. How about y'all hold that back and just flip back? Yeah. So just a couple of weeks ago, rates briefly dipped below 6% and people were feeling hopeful. Buyers thought maybe the house market was finally giving them a break. Nope. This motherfucker right here is a sadist. Why did y'all vote for him? For real. Because I just can't figure this out. Y'all really, really shot yourselves in the foot and we got to go on for the ride. Just wait until I get a damn good enough job. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I still got another year on my damn passport. Fuck. I need to make sure my family are up to date. Do babies need passports? I just need to know for future reasons. Now, that may sound small, but anyone who has tried to buy a home lately knows a tiny change in interest rates can mean hundreds of dollars more every month on a mortgage payment. Just a couple of weeks ago, rates briefly, I already said that. Well, the optimism didn't last long either. Economists say the conflict in the Middle East is pushing energy prices up and creating inflation fears in financial markets. When inflation fears rise, lenders tend to where am I? I lost my place in my damn script. Shit. Where is that? Lenders. Oh, I'm over here. I'm way too high up. Okay. Yeah. So it says lenders tend to push interest rates higher, and for many Americans, buying a home already feels like trying to climb Mount Everest in flip-flops. Prices are high, insurance costs are rising, property taxes are creeping up, and millions of homeowners locked in super low rates during the pandemic, so they refuse to sell. That means fewer homes on the market. Oh, Freddie Mac is the Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation, the actual people you get home loans from. Oh, okay. Cool. And the more you know. I ain't got no damn rainbow. Anyways, and millions of homeowners, yeah. So Redfin survey found about 1 in 4 Americans are delaying plans to buy a home or even a car because of economic uncertainty tied to the global conflict. Now, here is where the racial wealth gap comes into play. Black Americans already face long-standing barriers to home ownership, from historic redlining to modern lending disparities. The Urban Institute warns that falling black home ownership rates could deepen the racial wealth gap for decades, because housing remains the main way families build generational wealth in this country. So when the mortgage rates rise again, I don't know what the fuck they doing outside, but the damn cops been going back and forth, back and forth. Shit. I thought I was in a white neighborhood. I guess not. Anyways, so when mortgage rates rise again, it does not hit everyone equally. Maybe I am in a white neighborhood. Shit. For many black families trying to build their first home, it pushes the dream even further out of reach. See what the fuck he's doing now? He's fucking up even the stocks and shit. So he's even affecting his friends. This motherfucker is fucking up all kind of stuff. Where's those motherfuckers that make people disappear, huh? You know, the motherfuckers that once you get right there to busting out the damn information and about to change the revolution and all that shit, somebody always takes you down. Where is that motherfucker? Where is he? All right. This next group of stories I don't really know where to put them. Some are negative, some are positive. I don't know where they go. So I'm going to just put them right here. And we're going to talk about it because I don't understand what the fuck is going on. But I thought it was interesting. So check this out. Give me a second here so I don't sit up there and show y'all the same damn thing. All right, here we go. Now, see, I actually came online 10 minutes early to make sure I wouldn't be waiting, so I would be late to get online. And there's still a fucking lag. How the hell? Anyways, everybody is suddenly giving black women, their much deserved roses and flowers. And the question is, why? Because we're paranoid now. So let's talk about something that deserves a little spotlight. Black women. For generations, black women have carried communities, movements, families, and entire institutions on their backs, while somehow still being the most overlooked group in America. Malcolm X once famously said, "The black woman is the most disrespected, unprotected, and neglected person in America." I wonder if he meant for that to rhyme. I hope he didn't. And decades later, many would argue that statement still holds weight. Yet despite all of that, black women continue showing up as leaders, educators, activists, and cultural innovators. Recently, a wave of public voices have started acknowledging that reality. Actor Sterling K. Brown openly credited black women for supporting his career during an acceptance speech at the NAACP Image Awards, saying he would not be here without them. Yeah, thank you finally. Comedian Trevor Noah also highlighted how black women often understand America's social dynamics better than anyone because they have always had to navigate systems that underestimate them. Musician, fuck that, rapper David Banner, that man right there. Now I would marry him. David Banner publicly thanked black women for lifting him up and supporting his career journey. That man is very educated too. I think we should more talk about him. I wish he would be more proactive and like louder. Like he would be a good activist. That is one of those people that would probably, lead us better than what the fuck we got. Anyways, moving on. Even fashion designers like Marc Jacobs have acknowledged that many beauty trends dominating the industry today, from long acrylic nails to creative nail art, were pioneered by black women decades before the mainstream caught on, which leads to a familiar pattern. Black women innovate, the culture copies, and suddenly the world acts like it discovered something new. Educators, influencers, athletes, artists, and everyday people across social media have also been giving black women their flowers. But there is another side to the conversation. Many black women say appreciation is nice, but respect and protection matters even more. Exactly. You can tell me I'm pretty all you want, but if somebody comes and fucking mollywops me, are you going to go and get them back? Are you going to at least check on me? Anyways, because while everyone loves the culture, the strength, and the creativity, black women often say they are still expected to carry everyone else emotionally while receiving very little support in return. Some asshole, like I said, one of them crazy ass people that I think are stalking me thought I was a white person. Hello. I have actually cammed up several times, and there is actually a get ready with me video up on my damn playlist somewhere. I am very much not white. Anyways, because like everyone loves the culture and all that shit. So yes, the praise is growing, but the real question is whether that recognition will eventually translate into real respect, protection, and opportunity. Because appreciation without action only goes so far. It's like a twitch. It's like a tickle. Okay, it's like a tickle. This next story is, again, something I still don't know where the hell it belongs. It's weird, and this dude looks like he might be related to me. Good Lord. NYPD chief who tackled bomb suspect shares wife's hilarious reaction to viral photo. My whole thing is the bomb part. How about the bomb part? Can we talk about that? That's the part we need to focus on, not the hilarious thing that went viral. I think what should be viral is he got somebody who had a boom boom. Jesus. Anyways, so the next story could have turned into a tragedy if not for some quick thinking. 2 New York police officers are being credited with stopping what authorities say could have been a serious bombing incident during a protest outside Gracie Mansion. The protest took place on March 7th, and tensions were already running high between different groups. Suddenly, 2 teenagers allegedly showed up carrying homemade explosive devices. Why is it always a fucking teenager or a weird-ass young adult? Police say one of the explosives was thrown toward the crowd and landed dangerously close to officers on the scene. That's when NYPD Chief Aaron Edwards and Sergeant Luis Navarro jumped into action. Video from the scene shows Edwards literally leaping over a barricade and tackling one of the suspects before another explosive device could be thrown. Both suspects were, oh shit, this is not going to be good for this community. Both suspects were arrested and later identified as 18-year-old Emir Balat and 19-year-old Ibrahim Kayumi, who authorities say have traveled from Pennsylvania. It seems like that's a trend too. What the hell's going on in Pennsylvania? Investigators say the teens allegedly expressed extremist views and are now facing federal terrorist charges. Why did you do this now? You could have did this 2 years ago, or you could have waited for at least 2 more years. You had to do this while the fucking crazy ass naked orangutan who really don't like brown people did. Damn it. Yeah, God dang it. What's going on with the kids' brains? They're just not thinking. They're just not planning right. After 22 years on the force, he said instinct simply took over, and if that wasn't enough drama for one day, Edwards shared that his wife later texted him a screenshot of a viral photo showing him and the suspect with the device. Her caption read in all caps, "Wrong direction, sir." Even he had to laugh at that. I don't think that's funny. I don't get it. Anyways, New York, New York officials New York officials praised both officers for their actions, saying their quick response likely prevented injuries or worse. Sometimes policing is routine, other times it becomes the difference between chaos and safety in a matter of seconds. Well, I hope both police officers get a medal. I just don't get the humor. I'm more disturbed at the age of the children and the goddamn nationality, because that is not going to be good for the damn race warmonger we got in the freaking White House right now. That's all I'm saying. I'm thinking about that community, because anyways, moving on, because like I said, I don't know where these stories belong. Former MSNBC president Rashida Jones is back in the boardroom to lead Piers Morgan's new media company. Okay, I'm just saying, Piers Morgan, he kind of gives me the same feeling I used to get when I heard Rush Limbaugh. I get kind of pissed off because it just feels like it's one of them kind of guys. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm kind of shocked that she's going to lead it for Piers Morgan, because I really side-eye his ass. Sometimes he leans a little too to the non-liking of brown folks, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyways, Rashida Jones, the former president of MSNBC, has just been named CEO of Piers Morgan's new media company called Uncensored. Yes, girl, Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan. I don't know how this is going to work. The media company is called Uncensored. Jones already made history in 2021 as the first black executive to lead a major cable news network when she took over MSNBC. During her leadership, the network expanded digital platforms, secured major talent contracts, and strengthened its streaming presence. And look what they did to you, girl. Look what they did to you and pretty much all the other black folks. Anyways, now stepping into a new role, helping build a media company around Morgan's popular online shows like Piers Morgan Uncensored. I don't know how this is going to work. This is just, woo. Morgan says the goal is to, wait a minute. The new venture has financial backing from investment groups, including Rain Ventures, Antenna Group, and the Rubin Brothers. I don't trust anything with brothers in it. I don't, not anymore. Morgan says that the goal is to create a global media platform focused on big debates, bold opinions, and high engagement in content. Jones says she sees the opportunity as a chance to build something new in a rapidly changing media environment where audiences are increasingly turning to digital platforms rather than traditional television. And regardless of how people feel about Piers Morgan himself, one thing is clear. Putting a black woman with a proven leadership record in charge of building the business side of the operation signals confidence in her ability to scale the company globally. Okay. And if you say it signals it, I'm still side-eyeing this shit. Jones has said leadership comes naturally to her, and that if she sees an opportunity to step forward, she does not hesitate. Girl, just don't be the damn captain to go down with the ship. Just don't be the scapegoat. That's all I'm saying. Because I've seen that happen before. From making history at MSNBC to now running a global digital media venture, she continues to move through rooms that were not always built with black women in mind. And that alone makes the story worth paying attention to. Ma'am, just watch your back. That's all I can say. Because that man right there, I don't feel comfortable with him and our community at all. Not a bit, okay? But we're going to move in to one more story. I don't know where it fits either, because seriously, I've never liked that story anyway. So check this out. Year-long boycott of Target over rollouts ends without policy changes. She might better watch her back and those people. Exactly. Yeah, I never really liked Target anyways. My life has not been changed that much from that. Now, my boycotting of Walmart has kicked me in the ass. However, my boycott of Target has not really changed much to me. Anyways, let's talk about something that shows just how powerful consumer spending can be. I'm not sure how powerful it is because policies have not changed. Earlier this year, a boycott called the Target Fast gained national attention after the company scaled back several DEI initiatives. The protest was launched by Pastor Jamal Harrison Bryant, who encouraged shoppers to stop spending money at Target until several commitments were restored. Hey, Terry. Among the demands were a $2 billion investment in Black-owned businesses, major deposits into Black-owned banks, and training partnerships with historically Black colleges and universities. More than 300,000 people signed the pledge supporting the boycott. Oh, by the way, there's also a petition out for Keith Porter, the first black guy, the first person that actually got unalived by ICE in California on New Year's Eve / New Year's. Yeah, go look for that. I forgot where it was, but just go look up Keith Porter petition, please. Sunday was your birthday. Oh, happy belated birthday. I hope you had a good time. Hold on, give me a second here now. Give me just a second. I'll do this real quick. I'll do this right after this story, okay? Among demands were $2 billion. I already said that. The protest came after Target stepped away from some of the diversity commitments it made following the 2020 murder of George Floyd. They really, really pedestaled that guy. Because, he wasn't that great a guy, but what they did was just inhumane. For many activists, the rollback felt like corporations quietly abandoning promises once public pressure had faded. After months of negotiations with Target leadership, Pastor Bryant recently announced the boycott would end. He says the company has made progress on some economic commitments, including expanding partnership with HBCUs and increasing spending with Black-owned businesses. But not everyone agrees the fight is over. Civil rights leaders, including Nikema Levy Armstrong, say ending the boycott without restoring specific DEI programs sends the wrong message. Former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner also said she personally does not plan to return as a Target shopper. Situation highlights a larger shift happening across the country. Consumers are increasingly making spending decisions based on their values. Companies once believed brand loyalty would carry them through any controversy. Now businesses are learning something very simple. People vote with their wallets. Give me a second here. And when those wallets close, corporations suddenly become very interested in listening. They should have been interested in listening. Let me bring this down real quick. I do believe the next story is fuck around. You just came in time. It's time for playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes. But before I do that, here you go. This better work. What the hell? I know this ain't trying to play around. Hold on. Because y'all done got me fucked up. I better move it somewhere. Because that's one of my videos. I must not have moved it when I moved every other file. Let me do this. There we go. I was about to say that shit. Why is that not there? Okay, here we go.
Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. One time for the birthday chick. I'ma mess around buy you a birthday whip. 2 times for the birthday chick. I'ma mess around buy you some birthday gifts. It's your
happy birthday. I'm sorry I missed it. What you said, I don't remember if I answered your question about the voice changer, but I mean to say try it on a short. Read the same thing in a different voice and let it be known why you're doing it. Start there. Okay, well, check it out when you, what you call it? Well, check it out because I did use a voice changer on FBA Exodus. Anyways, with that being done, I got the birthday wishes out the way because it's time to play stupid games and winning stupid prizes. Check this out.
I don't want the second, I want this. I'm all in my way, I'm a wreck. I've been moving like a hot.
Okay, I hope I got this right. God dang it. Hold on, give me a second here. I hate doing this. But like I said, it's still a struggle. I didn't think I had to fix every damn thing. Jesus. All right, let me see here now. There we go. All right, so now y'all can see it. I hope. Just give it a minute because I told y'all there's lag and sorry, y'all can't hear me. I told y'all there was lag. Give me a second. I can see it. I'm trying to figure out why this is not showing it. God dang, lag is ridiculous. Okay, there it is. I told you the lag is real. The lag is ridiculously real. Anyways, GOP representative Randy says Muslims don't belong in American society. See? I told y'all this was the wrong time for them damn kids to try and be, whatever the hell they was trying to be. Because I knew these ignorant ass bastards was going to try something. I knew it. I just knew it. Give me a second. This is irritating the fuck out of me. This is the right window, ain't it? This is not the right window. I don't know what the fuck this window is. Okay, fuck it. I'm just going to leave this damn window alone because I am so confused. Anyways. So, Tennessee Congressman Andy Ogles, which is a horrible fucking name, posted on X or Twitter that Muslims don't belong in American society, and then followed that up with pluralism is a lie, which is the kind of statement that sounds less like leadership and more like somebody rage posting from a basement of a failed history book. Reuters and other outlets reported that he doubled down instead of backing off, even after the backlash started rolling in. His comments came after New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani condemned any anti-Muslim protests near Gracie Mansion. What y'all say? Yeah, I'm Anyways, near Gracie Mansion, that protest turned dangerous when when explosive devices, that was around that time, and authorities later said at least one of the devices was a real homemade explosive. Good grief, that's sick. Packed with metal and capable of causing serious harm. Two men, they were teenagers, both 19. I just talked about that. And Emir Balat and Ibrahim Qayyumi were arrested, and Reuters reported the case is being investigated as an ISIS-inspired terrorism. Instead of reading the room like a normal person after a hate-fueled protest turned violent, Ogles, that's a horrible name, was decided to target Mamdani too, suggesting that the Justice Department could deport him. Problem is, Mamdani is a U.S. citizen. So once again, we are watching a politician throw around deport him like it's a magic word for every brown person he does not like. Let's look at your timeline then, sir. Maybe you're illegal too, okay? Europeans can be illegal as well, jackasses. Anyways, where was I? That is bigotry with the government badge on it. And this is bigger than one loudmouth congressman. His comments land in a broader political climate where anti-Muslim rhetoric keeps getting normalized, recycled, and rewarded. Muslim Americans are being talked about like they are somehow outside the country, while actively living, voting, working, paying taxes, and existing in the same democracy these people swear they are protecting. My mom almost became Muslim, and I believe my grandma died Muslim. So yeah, that's just disrespectful, bastards, and my uncle is Muslim. Exactly. Bastard talking about it. We be in the damn jungle. My ass. I just bought me some new African what you call it, net towels. So I'm gonna go just like I had exfoliating gloves. I'm gonna go exfoliating. Mind my damn business. Dirty bastards. Anyways. Oh, by the way, if I didn't tell y'all, I now have all of the proper vitamins I need to increase my fertility. Just off shot. Let me finish this though. Okay, so no, this is not just controversial, it is dangerous because when politicians start talking like whole religious groups do not belong here, that kind of language does not stay online. It spills into schools, streets, workplaces, and protests with actual bombs, and that is actually why folks are paying attention. You need to stop playing with these folks. They need to seriously stop playing with these damn folks. Good grief. And thank you. I got an appointment next Tuesday, this Tuesday coming up in Worcester at the clinic. So we're moving on up. And I got rid of the donor because the donor did some stupid shit to me. Anyways, moving on with more stupid shit going down. Let's see what the next story is. I don't know about you, but I'm trying to figure out, is this a tan? Is he normally, because he looks so leathery to me. The last time I saw somebody this leathery, it was when I saw the darkest Japanese man I ever saw in my life. He was darker than me. And come to find out, he went scuba diving every day. So he had the tan of all tans. I'm wondering if this dude has it too, because something about him looks just leathery. But that's neither here nor there. 17 states sue Drumpf's administration over college race data requirements. I thought we were on a meritocracy. What happened to the meritocracy, motherfuckers? What happened? You can't handle the fact that you're mediocre, I bet. Watch I get another flag. I didn't call it the other one. Anyways, yeah, TikTok don't like me. Anyways, so a coalition of 17 Democratic-led states filed suit this week to block a new federal reporting requirement called the Admission of Consumer Transparency Supplement, or ACTS. That's stupid. We have a test called the ACT. You know that, right? In Worcester, I used to watch a TV show about it. Really? Wow. I did not know Worcester was that famous. I always thought it was Worcestershire. I couldn't figure out how to say the damn word, so I've given up and just followed what the natives say. Anyways, I'm a Roxbury girl. Anyways, the survey would require colleges to turn over extensive admission enrollment, financial aid, and study performance data broken down by race and other demographic categories. The states say the demand goes way beyond normal federal reporting and places a heavy burden on schools. California Attorney General Rob Bonta called it a fishing expedition and accused the administration of using civil rights language as cover for political agenda. His office said the administration is demanding unprecedented amounts of data while the same federal government has weakened the Office of Civil Rights, leaving thousands of complaints in limbo. That is what makes this fight so suspicious to critics. They are basically saying you do not get to act like the Civil Rights Hall monitor after taking the batteries out of the damn flashlight. Pretty much. Girl, you laugh. I mean, I know I'm from this state, but some of these damn words don't make no damn sense. Like reading. The place is called Reading, but it's spelled reading. There's no extra letters. Reading. How can you tell me that's Reading when I'm seeing reading? I don't understand this damn state. I think I made a mistake. Maybe I need to go back down south. I don't know. Anyways, California attorney. Yeah, I said that. Let's see here now. The administration says that the ACT survey is meant to help enforce the Supreme Court's restrictions on affirmative action. The Department of Education iPad system shows the ACTS component opened in December 2025 and has a March 18, 2026 deadline for required institutions, though some schools were told they could request a conditional extension to April 8th. The states suing include California, New York, Massachusetts, Maryland, Illinois, Washington, New Jersey, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, Virginia, Wisconsin, Colorado, Connecticut, and apparently Connecticut has the best pizza according to my psychologist. Yeah. Delaware, Hawaii, and Nevada. They want the court to block the requirements before schools have to hand that data over. So, underneath all the legal language, here is the real fight. Is this about accountability, or is it about building a giant political spreadsheet so the administration can intimidate schools and keep hammering anything that even smells like equity? That is the question. If you ask me, they just really want this country to go down in excellence. Because, I mean, the mediocrity that you are trying to strive for is going to fuck us all up, okay? Because I'm finding out some very horrible things over there in hygiene talk. Oh, Lord Jesus. People, please don't talk about your hygiene routine on social media. Because you're going to get some talking back. And you're going to get dragged. I'm just letting you know. Because if I find out some shit, like, I still don't understand how people wash their ass with the family soap. Other people want to use that. I don't want to wash myself and see all that damn pubic hair on my damn soap. Ew. That's nasty. And then you wash your ass with it too, and your hands. I'm not putting my hand between my ass unless it's covered with a washcloth, okay? Okay? I'm not that interested in down there for that. Ugh. Anyways, let's move on, because we got a whole lot of fuck around to find out. They've been doing that all week, apparently. Moving on. Locksmith refuses service to black Chick-fil-A owner, then gets hit with a reality check. This is not the picture. I wanted the whole picture. There it is. There it is. There she is, and there it is. Let me see. Girl. I'm just saying, some of them jokers were sitting up there talking about putting their panties in the damn hotel Keurig machine and putting hot water through it to make it seem like it's kind of cleanish. No, take your ass into the bathroom. Get one of their unopened soaps, okay? Because you're going to throw that shit away when you're done. Wash that shit, all right? And then rinse it out. Wash it like scrub it together or scrub it on something rough. Okay? The show is called Kevin Can Fuck Himself. It's wild. What were we talking about? Oh, that show. Oh, God. That's where those horrible people were from? Oh, God. I think I gotta move now. Ew. I gotta go back to Roxbury. This is just horrible. Ew. Now I feel unclean. Damn it. I already was gonna take a shower, but now I really want to take a shower. Thank you very much, Joker. You do that to me. You really do. So anyways, let's get into this story. This is a sexism, disrespect, and racism all rolled into one dusty little contractor moment. A black Chick-fil-A franchise owner in Chesapeake, Virginia, Shalita Janslin. I don't know why you have a Chick-fil-A, but girl, you making it worse with the damn exclamation marks. Damn it. Jaslyn went viral after sharing how a locksmith refused to take directions from her because he did not believe she was the owner. According to her account, the job was a routine lock change arranged through her husband, who works as the facility manager for her franchise. When the locksmith arrived, Shalita stepped out to approve the work, and he told her he needed to speak to the owner. Oh, this is just disrespectful. This is fucking disrespectful in all kinds of ways. Where's my damn sound effects? For real? Nigga! Are you serious, stupid?
Someone call 911!
Dumbass. So, even after she told him she was the owner, he allegedly kept insisting on speaking to the man from the phone call. She said he even put a finger near her face like he was going to quiet her while calling her husband for confirmation. I'd have bit the fuck out your finger. That man really looked at a black woman in her own business and said, nope, I'll wait for a man. Sir, are you here to change locks or audition for a role of cat misogyny? I bet you one thing, he lost that. Chick-fil-A has many black owners, I was told. I'm surprised. I can't stand Chick-fil-A, really. It would be the last thing I actually order if I had a choice. Honestly, I find the chicken to look and taste are kind of dry, but I don't think maybe I'm the audience they looking for. But anyways, good for her to have her own franchise. It's very good. Wealth building. Anyways, this dumbass here, he lost himself a job doing this bullshit. You better be careful who you talk to, because you can talk yourself right out of a check. Oh Lord, I know he did. She, please don't tell me she kept him. Then came the reality check. Her husband told the locksmith plainly that it was not his restaurant, it was Shalita's. According to the viral retelling, the man went from confident contractor to Windows 95 error screen, which honestly is one of the funniest descriptions I've heard in a minute, because you can picture the exact freeze up. It's a 3D chicken, allegedly. Well, allegedly, I don't like the taste of it either. Ugh. Anyways, and once he realized he had played himself, Shalita did not let him do the job. Thank God. She told him basically, you could work, but you won't, because I'll hire someone else. Then she hit him with the lesson. It is cheaper to show respect than to lose out on a contract. That is a grown man management there, okay? That's a grown woman management there. Calm, clean, and expensive. He lost a whole job for talking out of the side of his neck, dumbass. The TikTok blew up. TikTok blew up with millions of likes and tons of supportive comments, and rightly so, because too many women, especially black women, know what it feels like to have their authority questioned in rooms they built, funded, and run. So shout out to Shalita for not shrinking herself to make an idiot feel comfortable. Dumb ass, man. Yes. Ha ha, dumbass. Man. Oh, where it is. Play it, man. You gotta. Come on, play.
You ungrateful he bitch.
I love it. Dumbass. Got his ass straight out. Now, this story right here pissed me off last week when I reported it, but I guess there's an update to it, or somebody has said something further about it. So let's check this one out. I put it right back in that. So, Smoothie King fired staff who refused MAGA couple service. But here's the ironic double standard everyone is missing. All right, so let's talk about this again, because it was two teenagers. They felt uncomfortable. They told their boss they felt uncomfortable, serving these two MAGA motherfuckers, because they came in sporting a MAGA hat. And they basically fired him, told him, you got to go. If you ain't, it's not about your comfort, it's about the money, which I think is not a good thing. I think if you have comfortable employees, they'll work better and they'll be more loyal. I'm just saying. Anyways, let's talk about it. 2 employees at Ann Arbor, Michigan Smoothie King franchise were fired after refusing to serve a couple because one of them was wearing pro-Trump Drumpf gear. The incident went viral, and suddenly people were outraged that clothing might affect how somebody gets treated in public. Obviously, you have not been paying attention to these bars that have been refusing to serve these motherfuckers. Obviously, you have not. Baby, welcome to Black America, where what you wear has been treated like probable cause since forever. And hair, shit. The broader conversation that took off afterward was not just about those employees. It was about that glaring double standard. A lot of black people pointed that out. Look, I'll give you an example. When I used to go to the club, we used to go to this one club that was over on the other side of the track. You know what I'm talking about. And they told us we couldn't wear clothes that had characters on them, like word characters, anything. But lo and behold, all the palm colored people, the napkin folks, they could walk in no problem. I mean, they had nothing but glaring. The whole damn t-shirt was a character with words on it. I tried to go in there and I had a shirt that said brown sugar. It was a brown hoodie dress. They made me and my whole crew go back home so I could change my outfit. Ain't that a bitch? I bet you we went to another damn club. Anyways, the broader question, like I said, a lot of black people pointed that we have always known clothing changes how people read you. Hoodies became a national conversation after Trayvon Martin. Black professionals have long had to code switch their whole appearance right down to their hair and sweatshirts just to be seen as safe, respectable, or not a threat. Screaming lady who refused to serve a Somali and got money through GoFundMe for her racism. That's fucked up right there. How the hell y'all gonna be two damn people from another country being racist to each other in a different country? How that work? Anyways, let's see here now. That is why some black commentators said MAGA gear does not land like neutral campaign buttons. To them, it signals hostility tied to policies and rhetoric that have targeted black communities. Shit, I get nervous when I see one of those red and blue flags. Not red and blue flags, black and blue flags. I don't like that shit. And I get nervous when I see all lives matter. Fuck you, man. Anyways, I mean, they do, but come on now. You know what we mean. So targeted black communities, immigrant, Muslims, and other marginalized groups. One creator quoted in coverage said the idea that there should be zero social consequences for what you wear is itself a form of privilege. And honestly, that is what folks did not want to hear. Legally, an attorney cited in a local coverage said a private business, hold on, give me a second here. A private business can refuse service based on political viewpoint because political affiliation is not a protected class in the same way as race or religion is. Smoothie King still fired the workers, but the legal point remains. So this was never just about one smoothie. It was about who gets to move through the world assuming their wardrobe will be read as harmless. Shit, I'll give you a funny look too if you're wearing one of them damn MAGA shits. Anyways, I bet they stink too. I really do. Black folks have never had that luxury. I'm talking about the shirts. I think the shirts probably stink. We have been managing perception, danger, and respectability politics in public spaces for generations. Do you realize my mama sent me to a whole white school just so I could have an advantage? Instead of going to school in Roxbury, she sent me to West Roxbury. A whole bunch of other people had the same idea because damn it if we weren't a mix, a whole hosh-posh of all kind of races. Anyways, so when this story popped off, a lot of us were shocked. We're not shocked. We were just watching other people finally notice the game. And it's true. And I'm so sick of that shit. But we can't stay because this is a long ass night. It's not really that long, but you know what I'm saying. It's longer than our usual Sunday. So keep moving. Let's check this one out. City of Mableton votes to block ICE detention center. A whole fucking city told you that you do not want it. And my mom always said, don't be somewhere that you are not wanted. She just told it to me again this past week. So now in Georgia, the city of Mableton just made a very clear move. No immigration detention centers here. On March 11th, the Mableton City Council approved an immediate moratorium blocking the development, expansion, and permitting of immigration detention centers within the city limits. Through December 21st, 2028, city officials said the pause is meant to give them time to finish land use, planning, and zoning rules while protecting local infrastructure and public welfare. Officials specifically cited concerns about economic strain and possible damage to water and sewage systems. They also said detention centers can create fear, distrust, and lower participation in community life. These motherfuckers chose it so they could be assholes. You know that. Cinnabon, one who refused to serve as Somalian, got money through GoFundMe for her racism. Pretty much. I thought you said Caribbean. I see Cinnabon. All right. Anyways, that bitch kept her job. That's fucked up. That is really fucked up. On March 11th, the city council approved an immediate. Yeah, I said that. Officials specifically. Yeah, I said that. So, in other words, they are not buying the idea that these facilities just quietly sit in a neighborhood like a regular warehouse and mind their business. Because in some places, that is exactly how these projects have started. One thing on paper and something very different is practiced. That concern is not happening in a vacuum either. Social Circle, another Georgia city, has Social Circle. That's the name of the city? Who named that city? Social Circle, another Georgia city, has been pushing back on DHS plans for a huge detention project. Public reporting on the proposal says DHS wants to move forward a new hub and spoke detention model by the end of the fiscal year of 2026, with mega centers serving as larger hubs. Local officials there have said their infrastructure cannot handle the load. And today, a federal judge in Maryland temporarily halted construction on a planned ICE detention center after the state argued DHS failed to do a proper environmental review and public input under the federal law. The ruling adds even more fuel to local resistance around the country. So Mableton's vote is part zoning fight, part human rights statement, and part giant neon sign saying, "Don't try to sneak into our backyard and call it development." For communities already stretched thin, people are asking a fair question. Why should neighborhoods be forced to absorb the burden of detention expansion they never asked for? Exactly. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with so many damn people. Exactly. This is some bullshit here. But we still got more faces because I just had to stop this one. How the hell one person get all of TikTok's attention? I need to know. I'm petty like that. I need to know. Why this black British TikToker is being dragged online. And here's why this black British TikToker is being dragged online by American folks after speaking on American politics. See, this is why I said we don't need people from other countries in our fucking politics, just like we shouldn't be in their fucking politics, because it causes problems. Okay, stay in your own damn lane. I always say that. Now let's get into this Jamal Berkmar situation, because baby, TikTok has been dragging him like a rolling suitcase down a broken sidewalk. Berkmar, a black British creator known for hot takes, has been catching major backlash after repeatedly jumping into black American conversations. What did I just say? Don't go into places you're not wanted. With opinions people say are tone deaf, inflammatory, and way too comfortable for someone who does not actually live in this political reality. The latest uproar came after he defended the John Davison over the BAFTA N-word controversy and compared that real-life incident to Django Online, which only made folks angrier. The Root reported that many users said this was the final straw after a long line of takes that felt pandered to white liberals and minimized the experiences of black Americans. I don't know who the fuck he is, and I guess I'll never know who the fuck he is. Shit. One of the strongest criticisms came from creators who said Berkmar, what the fuck is his first name again? I done already forgot it. Jamal. I'd rather call him Jamal because this is too much. Here, Jamal with two A's at the back, okay? Jamal, and it ends with an L. Jamal with two A's, okay? Just letting you know. Let's see. One of the strongest criticism came from creators who said Jamal keeps speaking on American racial politics without understanding the history, the context, or the damage done here over the last decade. A creator known as Real Takes called out his comparison directly, saying Django Unchained is a fictional film where actors agreed to perform specific roles, while the BAFTA incident happened in real life to actual black men. And honestly, that should not need a diagram. One is scripted art. The other one is actual public event where racial slurs landed on real people in real time. Because I keep going back to, why was that in his vocabulary if he isn't around racist or being racist? Huh? Just want to know. Because I imagine these would have to be words that you've heard before quite a bit. Anyways, let's see. What else happened? All right. Things got even messier when he weighed in on Carter Brown from former MAGA voters who started crying online about regretting her choice. Oh, that dumbass. He reportedly asked whether people were being too mean instead of welcoming her change her heart. That set off another wave of pushbacks, with Americans basically saying, who the fuck is we you keep talking about? Because people here are the ones who have to actually live through the effects of MAGA politics, not spectating from overseas, especially. Exactly. If you ain't got to ride on this bumpy ass fucking ride, then you need to shut the fuck up and go to sleep. The most thoughtful response came from creator Jamila Jones, who tried to explain the bigger issue. She said people outside the U.S. often miss how heavily racialized certain political language is here, and that rhetorical Just asking questions framing can sound a lot like the same dog whistle tactics used by right-wing figures in America. That is why this blew up the way it did. Folks were not just reacting to one video, they were reacting to a pattern. So the lesson here is simple. If you're going to speak on Black American politics, come with context, humility, and some fucking respect. You did not get an invitation, for real. Because otherwise TikTok will educate you in public. Fuck. This is stupid. And then we got another one. I'm telling you, people coming out the woodwork with all these goddamn they're mollywopping people for fucking around. I'm telling you. Even at funerals. Check this out. Jesse Jackson Jr. says Obama, Biden, Clinton didn't know his father. Did not know his father. You see that? Look at the face he's making. He look annoyed. He looks annoyed as hell. And look at them in the back talking about, well, you know there's always somebody, well, you know they saying that. Anyways, this is powerful because it's really about legacy and who gets to define it. At the memorial services for Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr., 3 former presidents, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, who did want fucking segregation in schools, and Bill Clinton, who's a pervert, all spoke about his influence on American politics and civil rights. The public celebration in Chicago drew national attention, and AP reported that leaders from politics, faith, and activism reflected on Jackson's role in opening doors, building coalitions, and expanding Black political power in America. But Jesse Jackson made it clear that Jesse Jackson Jr. made it clear in his view, the official tributes did not fully capture who his father really was. Newsweek reported that at that more intimate memorial held the next day, his father, at the Rainbow Push headquarters, Jackson Jr. told mourners he had listened closely to former presidents and came away feeling that they did not truly know his father. He said Reverend Jackson's relationship with political establishment was always tense because he was not here to make power comfortable. He was here to speak for people who were poor, shut out, overlooked, disrespected, and treated like they did not matter. And that distinction matters because it is one thing to praise a civil rights icon after he passes. It's another thing to live with the kind of pressure he applied while he was alive. Jackson Jr.'s point was that his father was not simply some inspirational figure who gave nice speeches and smiled for history books. He was disruptive. He was demanding. He challenged Democrats, Republicans, corporations, institutions, and anybody else who wanted symbolism without sacrifice. That's what we're going through right now. Shit. Obama, Biden, and Clinton all offered warm reflections. Obama connected Jackson's presidential runs to broader expansion of political opportunity. Biden acknowledged that they sometimes clashed, but said he admired Jackson's passion. I wonder what y'all were clashing over. Clinton framed his remarks around friendship. Those tributes were respectful, but Jackson Jr. was basically saying, do not smooth my father down into something safe just because he is gone. And honestly, that is a fair point. Too often, America loves Black leaders more in memory than emotion. It praises the struggle once the struggle is no longer making demands. And I noticed they like to soften us a lot. When I think back to history, they didn't really talk about what we really did. They just softened shit. I just noticed that. But the dragging is not done. Check this one out. People are getting it. Misty Copeland drags Timothy Chalamet for comments about ballet and opera. Damn, even the damn weird face dudes that people say are handsome are getting shit. Now let's move to Timothy Chalamet, who managed to offend an entire art community by acting like ballet and opera are just some dusty little side hobbies nobody cares about. Are you kidding? Do you know how big we celebrated when we found out that this girl got in? Motherfucker. Anyways, the controversy came from remarks he made during a February town hall with Matthew McConaughey. I heard he's really a very bad actor. I never paid attention to him. where he described ballet and opera as dying arts and suggested he would not want to work in spaces where people are trying to keep something alive. I thought TV was the dying art in movies since everything is digital now. I don't know what you're talking about. Even though no one cares about this anymore, the comments resurfaced this week and triggered serious backlash. Enter Misty Copeland, who responded with far more grace than he probably deserved. Copeland, the first black woman principal dancer at American Ballet Theater, called out the irony of Chalamet using her and her art form to help promote Marty Supreme. What the fuck is Marty Supreme? I keep seeing the shit. I don't really want to watch the shit. So what the fuck is it? While then turning around and dismissing ballet's value. She made the point that ballet and opera may not dominate pop culture the way blockbuster movies do, but that does not mean they lack relevance. In fact, she argued those classical forms help build the very artistic traditions film actors now benefit from. That's very true, because you look like your ass belongs in a ballet troupe, sir. And she is not alone. People magazine reported that backlash has come from across art worlds, including performers and public figures who say his comments were ignorant and unnecessarily dismissive. More voices piled on this week, with Nathan Lane calling Chalamet's remarks stupidity and insensitivity, while Andre Bocelli, I'm not saying his name no more, emphasize the emotional cultural depth of opera and ballet. I personally like some opera music from time to time, and I wanted to be a ballet dancer just like one of my cousins. In other words, Timothy accidentally united the ballet world, opera world, theater world, and half the internet in a single collective eye roll. That is actually kind of impressive. Dude, you got a skill. The deeper issue here is not just one actor saying something silly. It is the larger habit of treating art as valuable only when it's trendy, profitable, or algorithm friendly. I hate that damn word now. Ballet and opera have lasted for centuries because they still move people. And frankly, live performance is one of the few spaces left where human discipline, physicality, and emotion still hit in a way machines cannot fake. So yes, Misty Copeland absolutely had the right one. Had the right one, because Misty was the right one. This was a reminder that just because somebody is famous does not mean they need to speak on everything, especially not while sounding like they just discovered the culture yesterday. You done lost your damn mind. We have contributed to opera and ballet. Yeah, and I know for a fact Boston School definitely will take you to some ballets and operas. That's how I started in ballets and operas and wanted to be a damn ballerina. They took us on a field trip to that shit. I ain't never been on a field trip that I wanted to go to on a damn to a TV station. I did that once, and that was in Korea. I ain't never went to one out here. They forced me because I was a teacher and I had to watch them badass kids. Anyways, let's see here now. We're not done. We got one more. I think we got one more of people fucking around and finding out. This dude right here, this picture just says joy to me. It looked like whatever that damn joke was. I actually want to hear it. I really want to know what the joke was to make that man make that face. Anyways, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis demand removal from White House Iran war video. Which one is it? I don't know. So now this one is wild because the White House really posted a war-themed social media video called Touchdown that mashed together football highlights and battlefield footage like somebody confused international bloodshed with a damn sports trailer. Reporting on the backlash says the video used NFL clips of Ray Lewis and Ed Reed alongside footage of missile strikes in Iran, all set to AC/DC's Thunderstruck. What the fuck were they doing? Were you on acid? The video was a part of a broader pattern of stylized hype-style war content that critics say makes real violence look like entertainment. This is some sick-ass shit. Sounds like Iran. Yeah, I think it's Iran. Iran or something like that. But I'm telling you right now, this shit right here is ridiculous. These motherfuckers got to stop this. You know what this is? This is motherfuckers who only watch TV, never picked up a fucking skill running this country. That's what this shit is. Because they comparing every fucking thing to sensationalism and shit. And it's not. It's just not. It's not sensational. Not at all. I'll never do it for this one. Anyways, this shit is it's really sick. It's sick as hell. Ed Reed immediately made it known he wanted no part of that. He posted, "I do not approve this message," after journalist Ben Jacobs flagged the video online. Ray Lewis also objected through a representative who said they did not agree with the use of his image and wanted him removed. That is pretty clear. Not vague, not subtle, not PR coded, just a straight up take me out of this nonsense. I agree. The anger was not only about permission, it was about tone. Because war is not a halftime show. It is not a moving montage. It is not content for testosterone playlists and some explosion edits. Okay, according to the reporting, the White House has been criticized for mixing real combat footage with visuals references from films and video games and other posts, which has prompted objection from public figures beyond sports world too. And that is what makes this so disturbing. When governments start packaging war like it's entertainment, people become numb to what's actually happening. Civilians dying, regions destabilized, families disappear into grief, but online it gets edited into a trailer with classic rock. Blech. I don't really like that much classic rock. Is Nirvana classic rock now? I don't know. Is Linkin Park classic rock? I don't know. Anyway, sports nostalgia, like we all supposed to clap. Now, Reed and Lewis were right to push back because whatever your sports politics are, using athletes' highlights to sell military violence is nasty work. It's propaganda with shoulder pads on. It is horrible. It's disgusting, really. These motherfuckers, I'm telling you, I told my homeboy the other day, these motherfuckers are seriously, they act like they're possessed by the devil. Really, that's what I've been trying to say. These motherfuckers act like demons and devils. I really believe. And one motherfucker already posted he was trying to bring Armageddon. I am not trying to live to see that. I want to go on a home before that happens. That's what I want to do, because I really don't want to see demons on earth. I don't want to see that. I like horror movies because I know that shit is a movie. It's fake. I don't want this shit for real. And you bringing us real close, you motherfuckers. I really think they are possessed by demons. And my homeboy thinks so too. I need to go get baptized for real. Anyways. So that's that for that. We're going to go ahead and do my commercial again. And then when we get back, we're going to have, We're going to, they definitely are. We're going to do some history. And then we're going to check out some other news, some good news. And then celebrities have been really busy this week too. I told you Thursday's gonna be long night, so and not as long as last time, but this time, yeah, it's a little longer. All right, check it out. Not that.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. Just me and the fam. Yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little tay, that's my girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with them racks out. Stay inside the house, turned.
Hold on. Here you go.
Yo, there's so many, hey, there's so many, yo, so many, yo, there's so many lies. Look in my eyes, they know I'm the truth. They know that. Knocking them down every time I step in the booth. We ain't got a lie, they know we the vibe, we living in proof. Young conscious, shoot my life a movie, I live in a spoof. Ain't no sticking around, I'm on the move, I'm checking the dudes. Yeah, it's only two, so you know we cop that cool. We on the road, smoking dope. Listen to you, used to chill on the stove, now we out here bringing the news.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you, the lag is still ridiculous. I mean, I literally came on this bitch earlier just to make sure I wouldn't be late, and the lag is still real. All right, so check this out. This is I gotta move the picture this time. This is ridiculous. We're not gonna do this. Hold on. Because I don't got time for this. This is very irritating. What the hell? Put that back. Okay. Give me a second, because I just don't know what the hell this is going on here. The page is too damn big, and I can't even see the title. There we go. Damn. So, inventions created by Black women that changed everyday life. Okay, good. I'm online too. Good. I didn't want to. Let me do this. All right. Finally. Because that was driving me fucking nuts. Anyways. So, I want to close this on some. I wanted to basically talk about something that deserves respect. Black women have been innovating under pressure for generations, solving problems and systems that rarely honored them, funded them, or even bothered to say thank you. During Women's History Month, several outlets have highlighted how incomplete American innovation history is, if you leave Black women out of it. This is not about inspiration, wallpaper, and cute little give her flowers captions. This is about factual correction. Modern life has Black women's fingerprints all over it. The lag has other plans. Yes, it does. The lag has pissed me off. It has caught me once again. Me and the lag on fight. I think I'm going to turn that into a t-shirt too once I get my art bug back in me. Let's see. Let's talk about some Black women, though. Take Sarah Boone, whose 1892 patent improved the ironing board by making it better suited for sleeves and fitted garments. Or Marie Van Britten Brown, who co-created an early home security system with cameras, monitors, microphones, and an alarm setup that helped lay the groundwork for modern surveillance and home protection systems. Or Marion Croak, whose work on voice-over internet protocol helped make internet-based calling and video communication practical, which means the same people living on Zoom now owe Black women a thank you and probably a refund for all those pointless meetings. I tell you one thing, it saved me from having to go to the doctor all the goddamn time for a 15-minute to 2-minute talk. Do I feel like I've experienced that? Yes, because I have. Anyways, then there is Dr. Patricia Bath, whose laser phaco, I don't know what that is, it says phaco or phaco, probe transformed cataract surgery and restored sight to countless people. Valerie Thomas developed the illusion transmitter, advancing the science behind 3D imaging. Mary Beatrice Davison Kenner helped change menstrual care with her sanitary belt design. My mom had one of those. I still don't know how that shit works. Alice H. Parker's gas-powered central heating concept pushed home comfort forward. Lydia Newman improved the hairbrush. Sarah Good patented the folding cabinet bed that answered space problems for small homes long before Tiny House Instagram started pretending it invented clever furniture. What ties all these women together is not just brilliance, it's practicality. Girl, my mom showed me that shit. I'm like, what is that? So glad I have the sticky thing. What am I supposed to do with this thing? I don't know how this works. She never even explained it either. She just told me here. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with that? Anyways, what ties all these women together is not just brilliance, it's practicality. Their inventions were about comfort, dignity, safety, mobility, visibility, care, and everyday survival. They were not building for applause. They were building solutions. And that is why this history matters. Because when Black women are erased from innovation, people do not lose names. They lose the truth about who made it easier, safer, smarter, and more humane in the first place. So yes, give Black women their flowers. But more importantly, tell the story right. Damn it. Congrats to Black women. Exactly, and you laughing. I just looked at that shit. I think it's somewhere in my storage. I never used it. I just put it somewhere. I stashed it away. I never looked at that bitch again. Just like when she first told me about that damn hot water bottle. I'm like, you know what? I'm good. Anyways, moving on. Apparently DNA, I'm serious this time. I'm so dead ass. I'm dead ass serious. I took my 24andMe DNA test, and they just told me somehow my damn DNA has linked up with this lady, and I apparently am related to her. So, wow. amazing. But, I'm not close enough where I can, like, get anything. So, again, doesn't help me. I'm related to a lot of famous motherfuckers, but damn it, it don't help me. So, check this story out right here. All right. So let's look at Henrietta. Another win for lax heirs in fight over her cells. So Henrietta Lacks, apparently I don't know who she is. She's a cousin or aunt, somebody in my family. But my DNA matched up with hers. Henrietta Lacks was a black woman who died of cervical cancer in 1951. That's the year my mom was born, at just 31 years old. During her treatment at Johns Hopkins, doctors took her cells without her knowledge or consent. Those cells became the famous HeLa cell line that first called immortal human cells, and they have been used for decades in major medical research. They help scientists advance work tied to the polio vaccine, cancer research, genetics, HIV, and more. Her body helped push the medicine forward while her family was left out of the story. The decision and the money, definitely the money. Motherfucker, I fucked around and worked for the people that was getting money off of them. Damn it. Well, they went and laid my ass off, so shit. I didn't sign the NDA. Anyways, now more than 70 years later, her family has reached another legal settlement, this time involving Novartis. The exact terms were not made public, but the case accused the company of profiting from Henrietta Lacks' cells through products and research built on a system that exploited black patients during Jim Crow. This follows other legal actions by the family against pharmaceutical and biotech companies, and it is part of a bigger push to force some accountability into a medical system that has long treated black bodies like raw material instead of human beings deserving dignity and consent. And that is the part people need to sit with. Henrietta changed global medicine, but for decades, her own family reportedly had little access to healthcare and little say over how her cells were used. That is not just an unfortunate chapter. That is medical racism plain and simple. Her cells were helping save lives worldwide while her descendants were still living with the consequences of a system that never bothered to ask permission in the first place. So yes, this settlement matters. It does not undo what was done to her. It does not erase the exploitation, but it does push the conversation forward because medical progress should not come wrapped in death, silence, and black suffering. If science wants to call itself ethical, then ethics needs to apply to black people too. And frankly, that should still should not be a radical concept in 2026. Damn, it wouldn't come out. They've been doing this forever. Beyond disgusting. Exactly. Very much so. Now, here's something that is making history. And honestly, I think it's a perfect amount of petty. I would do this shit too if it happened to me. This is funny as hell. Look at this shit here. Hold on. Former black inmate makes history as first ever in the U.S. to buy a prison facility. Look at him. He looked like he ready to say, now what? This is a level of petty that I respect. So Kerwin Pittman, a formerly incarcerated black man, has made history by purchasing the old Wayne Correctional Center in North Carolina with plans to turn it into a re-entry and workforce development campus. Hell yeah, sir. That will make so many jobs. Yeah, they did that to her too. Made her a freak show for a while. Let me see here now. He made history by purchasing. I said that. Okay, multiple reports say he spent more than a decade in prison himself, and now he is taking a place built for confinement and trying to transform it into a place for healing, training, and opportunity. The facility sat empty for years, and Pittman's vision is not to reopen it as another punishment warehouse. He wants it to house nearly 250 men at a time in 6-month cycles, help them build actual life skills and job skills. We're talking about HVAC, plumbing, welding, masonry, and practical everyday stuff too, including financial tools and basic technology use that many people coming home may not have a chance to learn inside. That means this is not just good intentions, this is infrastructure for people who have been told all their life that one mistake means they deserve no future. Exactly, y'all. Exactly. He's using it to enrich us, and we need that. We really do need that. Seriously, we do. So sick and tired of these bastards. Anyways, let me continue. Pittman has said clearly that too many people have leave prison with nothing but a bus ticket and a prayer, and he wants to change that. He also plans to include a museum on the campus to preserve the history of the site and tell the story of what it means for a formerly incarcerated person to reclaim a prison and flip its purpose on its head. And honestly, that right there is poetic. America loves to talk about redemption, but usually only in speeches. This man is trying to build it in concrete classrooms and job certifications. I think that's what we need more than these fucking detentions. Shit. Why we gotta do detention? These motherfuckers ain't in school. Anyways, and that is why this story hits, because it challenges the whole lazy narrative about what formerly incarcerated people are capable of. Pittman is not asking for pity, he is building proof. He is saying a person can come out of the system designed to bury them and still come back to create something bigger than survival. This is not just comeback, this is a rebuke. Bastards, it's a rebuke. This man deserves all the flowers. We need that shit. Now let's go. We're coming down, and we're about to talk about some shit that we really need to talk about. Cause this country, this community, we still sick, and we are still trying to heal. And I think this story next is something we need to talk about for real. So let's look at it.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Sorry, that was wrong. That shouldn't have been. I shouldn't have used that one, but I was trying to find one. Anyways, racism isn't going away. So how does Black America heal? A recent Word in Black conversation on racial healing pulled together scholar Dr. Joan DeGruy, I don't know, Dr. Bahia Cross Overton of the Black Parent Initiative, and other voices asking a brutal but necessary question. How do Black people heal when society around us keeps re-injuring us? The piece points to anti-Black executive orders, attack on diversity effort attempts I can't read today, to erase Black history, and the daily strain of navigating systems that were never built with us in mind. A Word in Black survey of nearly 700 Black adults found that almost 95% said racial healing is important, but many were not sure it was actually possible in the United States right now. I can tell you it ain't. And that makes sense, because healing gets real... Hold on. Where the hell am I? Okay. God dang it. Come on, God dang it. Okay, because healing gets real complicated when the poison is still actively being poured into water. One of the panelists compared systemic racism to a constant injection, meaning even when Black folks do the work of therapy, rest, faith, community, or self-protection, the larger system keeps coming back with fresh harm. What y'all say? We most certainly do have intergenerational trauma. Yeah, we do. What I liked most, though, is that the conversation did not stop at pain. It moved into the idea of revival, not restoring some broken old version of society that never loved us correctly in the first place, but building something new. Word in Black highlighted examples of that, including work in Birmingham, bringing descendants of enslaved people and descendants of slave owners into a hard truth-telling space, and stories of Black runners finding healing in communities, even inside spaces that do not always feel built for us. And Dr. Joy DeGruy, I don't know how to say this girl's name, but it looks like it's supposed to rhyme, made a point that really lands. Black people are not one dimensional. We are not only wounded, we are also healing while we are still carrying wounds. We are creating joy while under pressure. We are loving each other while the world keeps acting like anti-blackness is just weather. So maybe the answer is this. Healing is not some finish line where racism disappears and everyone hugs. Maybe healing is what Black people are already doing every day when we see each other, affirm each other, and build pockets of truth, safety, and safety and love anyways. Seriously, because this is just ridiculous. We all need to freaking heal because it's getting annoying. Now, this next one, if you have a son or you have any male relatives, young male relatives, you might want to listen to this shit because that scared the hell out of me when I read it, the title. Look at it. Let me make it bigger for you so you can see it. I want y'all to see all of it. 40% of teenage boys believe women lie about domestic and sexual violence, new research says. That is terrifying. That's kids. They're teenagers. They're almost up there. They're almost in society with us, like on the same level. That is terrifying. So, new research out of Australia is drawing a direct line between misogyny and violent extremism, especially among young people. According to the researchers at the University of Melbourne, their survey of more than 2,300 adults and 1,100 young people found that anti-feminist beliefs are not just random edgy opinions online. They may function as part of the pipeline into radicalization. In other words, hating women is not just bad vibes. It can be part of the recruitment architecture for something much darker. That's terrifying. And you still wonder why? I want a girl. I finally made my choice. I didn't know what I wanted. I want a girl. Shit. The findings are disturbing. More than 17% of Australian respondents agreed that violence to resist feminism was legitimate, and among boys ages 13 to 17, support for violent extremism ideas was especially high. That is terrifying. Are you hugging your kids today? The researchers also found that 40%, roughly 40% of teenage boys surveyed agreed that with the idea that women lie about DV and SV. That is not a quirky misunderstanding. That is kind of thinking that can make abuse easier to excuse and dehumanization is easier to spread. That is terrifying. The researchers argue that very different extremist movements often share a common core, the belief that women need to be put back in their proper place, quote unquote. One manosphere shared spaces. I heard honestly that a lot of African tribes and stuff, African countries have a very matriotic tribes. They do very well. They thrive. Shit, that should tell you something. Anyways, online manosphere spaces amplify that message by turning male frustration into grievance politics and grievance politics into identity. Suddenly, women become the scapegoat, feminism becomes the enemy, and misogyny becomes the group project. That is how social alienation can be packaged into belonging. Not healthy belonging, dangerous belonging. The good news is that researchers are also clear that the pathway is not inevitable. They point to school-based programs around respectful relationships, emotional skills, positive gender norms as a part of the prevention strategy. So this is not hopeless, but it is serious because if misogyny is being treated like a joke while it is quietly functioning like a gateway drug for extremism, then adults, schools, and institutions need to stop acting surprised later. The red flags are already there and they're waving. Shit. Please do not, because if your kid turns into a damn sociopath, I don't want my kid or me having to deal with that motherfucker. I really don't. You can keep that. But anyways, let's see. We're about to move on into some good news. I got some good news for y'all. At least 3 or 4 stories. Y'all gonna love it. One of them is going to really give you a lot less pressure because I'm so excited to share that story with you. But first, we're going to talk about some of the other stories, all right? So give me just a second. I'm so glad to at least be able to do this. All right, so for black runners, Nathan Martin's LA Marathon win hits different. Okay, so that's great to hear. So Nathan Martin just won the 2026 Los Angeles Marathon in the closest finish in the race's history, edging Michael Kimani Kamui, I'm not saying that again, by a razor-thin margin after an incredible late surge. Okay, that's probably him right there, almost falling, and he probably has a skinned knee, and I feel for him because, god dang it, that fall right there. Anyways, I hope he got knee, something. No, they're not wearing knees. They're not wearing knee covers. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Get some get something to anti. But anyways, coverage of the race says Martin, a 36-year-old from Jackson, Michigan, chased him down in the final stretch and won by 100th of a second. It was dramatic, historic, and flat out beautiful to watch. But what made this hit differently for a lot of black runners in context, Word in Black pointed out that black runners remain underrepresented in long-distance running in the United States, and the barriers are not imaginary. Marathon entry fees can run high. Good running shoes are expensive. Training takes time and safe space, and for black folks, safety is not some side note. It is the part of the route planning. Yep, that's true. Very close of a race. I still feel for that man's knees. That's all I can say. Anyways, training takes time and safe space. And like I said, black folks do not feel safe. It's part of the route planning. We all know the outdoors does not feel neutral when your body is read as suspicious just for existing in the wrong zip code. That is why I do not go outside that much. The wrong hoodie or the wrong neighborhood. That is why stories like Ahmaud Arbery still haunt the conversation around black running. For many people, going for a jog is exercise. For black runners, it can also involve calculating who is watching, where the police are, what neighborhood feels hostile, and whether being seen will be interpreted as harmless or threatening. The reality shapes who gets to feel free in public and who has to negotiate for the freedom mile by mile. I apparently do not look threatening because I be hoping people sit away from me, but they always sit next to me. What the fuck? Damn it. Don't I look angry? I was told I have resting bitch face. Shouldn't that keep people from sitting next to me? Anyways, so yes, Nathan Martin won a marathon, but he also gave people a symbol. A black American runner charging down the course and taking a major city title in a spectacular fashion matters because the path to that moment is crowded with extra hurdles the sport does not always want to talk about. His win was not just fast, it was affirming. It was one more reminder that black people belong everywhere, including spaces that keep acting surprised when we show up excellent. I mean, he must have timed really, because most of the time it's those long distance African dudes that be running in the savannah. I am very shocked. Moving on with the good news. The Obamas. Michelle and Barack are heading to Broadway as producers for Revival of Proof. I don't know what the hell Proof is. Somebody go look that shit up because I don't know what it is. And I probably don't want to know because I really don't think I'll ever really want to go to Broadway. I might go see a show, but I don't think I really want to go to Broadway. I might like to see outside of Broadway, but I don't want to go in there. All right. Anyways. Now don't quote me on that because that might change later. All right, so Barack and Michelle Obama are making their Broadway debut as producers through Higher Ground, and their first big stage move is a revival of David Alburn's Pulitzer Prize and Tony Award-winning play Proof. The production begins previews on March 31st at the Booth Theater and officially opens on April 16th for a limited 16-week run. The play centers on Catherine, a young woman dealing with the death of her brilliant but troubled mathematician father, Robert, while trying to sort out whether groundbreaking proof found in his notebook is really hers, or maybe evidence of something deeper about genius, grief, and inheritance. The Obamas said this is exactly the kind of story Higher Ground was built to support, one that wrestles with brilliance, doubt, and what people inherit from the ones they love. And the cast is stacked. Ayo Edebiri, I don't know who that is playing Catherine. I'd have to see her face. I probably know her by face. Don Cheadle, I know him, is playing Robert, and both are making their Broadway debut. Jen Ha and Samira Wiley, I think I know who Samira is, are also in the production, with Thomas Kail, the Tony-winning director of Hamilton, directing and producing. So yes, this is not just a casual little let's try theater. This is a full-on prestige package. I hope they win some awards. I don't know what the awards are, but I hope they win them. Higher Ground was already built a strong record track. I can't read. Higher Ground has already built a strong track record in film, TV, and audio since launching in 2018, including an Oscar win for American Factory and multiple Emmy wins. So Broadway is basically the next room in the house for them. And honestly, if you're going to make your debut doing it with that lady Ayo and Don, and a Pulitzer Prize winning script is a hell of a way to enter the building. Yes, okay, go Obamas. At least they're moving right. I think you should not be a celebrity becoming a fucking president, but I think maybe presidents could become celebrities. I mean, the next thing you know, they'll be in movies. Now, this next one made me breathe in relief. It was so good. I'm going to give you another good news thing. This was the best news I heard since last week, god dang it. Y'all check this one out and tell me you don't have relief when you see it. Stephen A. Smith says he won't run for president in 2028. Woo! We dodged the bullet, y'all. Thank God. Now, if we can get rid of these other damn freak shows, we'll be all right. So Stephen A. Smith has finally decided to put all his 2028 presidential chatter to bed. During an interview with Sean Hannity, he said he is not running for president, and one of the biggest reasons is money. Oh, thank God you're broke. Thank God you're broke. Specifically, he is not trying to walk away from the massive bag he's making in media. Stay in media. Please stay in media. And out of politics, you bastard. Please. According to reports, Smith signed a 5-year ESPN extension worth at least $100 million in 2025. That is good. Thank goodness. Because this jackass here. And he also landed a 3-year Sirius XM deal reportedly worth $36 million. So when he says he is not eager to trade that for campaign buses, donor calls, and shaking hands in diners with people demanding lower egg prices, I actually understand it. That man said in essence, I enjoy opinions, but not enough to become poor over them. And we don't enjoy your opinions at all. What makes this interesting is that for a while, he kept flirting with the idea and scaring the shit out of people. Over the past few years, he repeatedly said he had no real desire to be a politician, but if the public truly wanted him and he thought he would win, then maybe he would consider it. We don't want you. You won't win. He even said on The View in 2024 that he would run as a Democrat. Oh, we'd be fucked. If he ever did. So this latest statement is a real shift from all the teasing. And of course, the political circus being what it is, the possibility of Stephen A. running had already attracted attention from major figures, including the former president, who publicly said he would love to see Smith jump in. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Which honestly tells you something about the era we are living in. We have moved from who has policy experience to who can dominate a segment and trend by lunch. I'm so sick of seeing these fucking politicians. It's ridiculous. I have never seen politicians in my face this much. So no, Stephen A. is not running, but the fact that people were seriously entertaining it says a whole lot about American politics right now. It's unserious and I got to go. I am not an unserious person. I got to go, damn it. I was serious when I was born, damn it. Why you think I said I have possible resting bitch face? There's a reason for that. Oh, Lord. Thank God. All right, we're going to bring this down and we're going to talk for a minute because I'm about to bring y'all into the financial news. We're going to talk about what's the best options and what do you think would help you out later on when we finally get rid of these fuckers. Check it out. They got to go. They got to go. Don't worry, y'all. We're almost finished. Let's talk about housing because traditional home ownership is getting so expensive that people are rewriting the script. More buyers are teaming up with friends, siblings, and other non-romantic partners to buy homes together, a trend often called co-buying. My mom wants to do that with me. What is this, Router or Rooter? Routers reported in February that rising home prices and borrowing costs are pushing more Gen Z and millennial renters to move from flatmates to co-owners just to get a foot in the market. The affordability math is ugly. Rice University's Kinder Institute reported that in Harris County and Houston, Harris County is in Houston, families earn the median income can only afford homes around $195 K, while the median home price is closer to $325K. That is a giant gap, which helps explain why so many people are saying, well, damn, I guess me and my homegirl are buying a duplex. That is where co-buying starts to make sense. Shared down payments, split monthly costs, earlier entry into housing market. A Houston area reported also notes that younger buyers are especially drawn to it and that cities with more duplexes or flexible housing stock can make the arrangement even more workable. I'm trying myself to get at least a 3-family home. You know what I'm saying? Rooter. Okay, Rooter. All right. This, let's see here now. The same coverage quoted Park Street Homes co-founder Aisha Shelton saying younger people are increasingly shut out of home ownership unless they find more creative ways. I'm trying to do it with family. But this is also where people need to stop being cute and start being legal. Co-buying can work beautifully, but only if everybody talks money early and puts everything in writing. Strategists interviewed about the trend stressed the need for operating agreements covering ownership percentages, exit strategies, and what happens if somebody wants out or life changes. Look, I'm doing it with family. This motherfucker is going to be generational wealth unless the dumbass after me tries to sell it. Anyways, and yes, I will call my baby a dumbass if they sell it, because that's a dumbass move. Anyways, because buying property with your bestie sounds adorable until somebody gets engaged, breaks up, loses a job, or suddenly wants to sell and follow their dreams. At that moment, love and vibes are not enough. You need paperwork, because if somebody's going to follow their dreams, you already know you're going to be dealing with some shit. So that's it for the regular news. We about to get into the celebrity news, then some health news, and then we got to talk about these animals. I have more proof they're fucking up. I have more proof they fucking up with us. They're trying to fuck us up. I'm telling you, I have more proof. But right now, I'm going to show you my commercial. I'm going to promo this girl. If you're interested in CBD and your lips popping, I'm going to promo her. CBD Honey Lips. You can find her on Twitch, Instagram, and Threads. And when I come back, we're going to talk about these damn celebrities. It's very interesting. That's why there's so many. We're not going to be up here all night, believe me. All right, so check this out. I'll be right back.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay, that's my girl, that's my mascot. No one's go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turned.
Okay, yeah, I know those can happen in family situations as well. But I think with me and my mom, we're on the same page. I'm trying to settle down. She getting old. I'm trying to have a kid. But I probably would have problems if I have multiple kids, you know what I'm saying? Or if that kid decides I want to go somewhere else. Fuck all my future. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, let's check this out here because it's celebrity news. Yay.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, I didn't know if it was up or not. Anyways, this is just righteous chaos here. T-Boz is revisiting one of TLC's most famous moments when she, Chili, and Left Eye, who is actually Cape Verdean, I did not know that, reportedly stormed into Arista Records demanding money they believed they were owed. I remember when that came out. In a new uncensored episode, she says the group planned to take down anything in the office that had TLC's name on it, and that mission eventually led them straight into Clive Davis's office. That dude's a freak. According to T-Boz's retelling, Sean Combs, the diddler, was in the office playing music when they came in, and the scene escalated enough that the police were called. She even joked that the responding officers were laughing that 3 young women had the whole label shook, and honestly, that image is incredible. TLC walking in like, where's our money at? While executives start sweating through tailored suits. Beautiful. I would have been like, I'm just so sick of this. Not that. That's not what I wanted to play. I wanted to play this one.
Nigga!
Exactly. Hell yeah. I was a teenager, I think. All of us were kind of younger than when that shit happened, but yeah.
I regret nothing.
Exactly. Let's see here now. The reason this story still matters is because TLC's financial problems were no joke. Despite massive success, including the platinum album Crazy Sexy Cool, the group filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 1995. That really brought a lot of people into perspective, and it made a lot of younger people hopefully look at their fucking contracts and shit. And the case became one of the clearest public examples of how artists could sell millions and still be trapped in terrible deals. The Los Angeles Times covered the bankruptcy and later reported on the settlement of TLC's contract dispute with LaFace, Arista, and BMG. When they said LaFace, I was like, come on, not Babyface. Is LaFace Babyface, or am I wrong? Anyways, so when people hear this as some funny throwback story, yes, it is funny now, but it also reflects the brutal truth about the music business, especially for women. TLC were topping charts while still having to fight like hell to get paid correctly. This is why this story still resonates. It's not just nostalgia. It is a reminder that fame and financial fairness are not the same thing. The industry has been playing in artists' faces for decades. That's why we got these old-ass singers who need to sit their ass down, still on tour. You know your damn voice don't work like it used to. You know that? We had an old lady in our at our church like that. I'm like, why did they let that person sing? Why did they choose her to sing the damn solo? All I hear, yeah, no. That's not good. Anyways, here we go. We got some more damn mess with the celebrities, and then we got some actually nice news. But first, let's get through the mess. Okay, so I was right. All right, cool. Moving on with these motherfuckers right here.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So, why there's drama between Janet Jackson and the new Jackson movie? Oh, okay, that's L.A. Reid. Okay, take care of yourself. We almost done in this Now the upcoming I didn't even know there was an upcoming Michael Jackson biopic. I had no idea. Michael is already stirring up family drama about it even before it hits theaters. Reports say a private screening for members of the Jackson family led to tension between Janet Jackson and Jermaine Jackson, with Janet reportedly criticizing the film harshly and Jermaine pushing back. Sounds like it was misogynist. One report says she was especially unhappy with multiple aspects of the movie, while Jermaine, whose son Jafar, for real, stars as Michael, defended it. Is he brown at least? Please let the boy be brown. Don't let the boy be painted. Jafar Jackson is playing Michael in the film, which is currently scheduled to release on April 24th, a month from my birthday, 2026. Entertainment Weekly reported that the movie is positioned as a major estate-backed portrayal of Michael's life and career, but it has already faced controversy over how it handles abuse allegations and how honest the final product really is. Then there's Paris Jackson, who made it very clear she wants distance from the project. I still don't know how she's their kid. Ain't no way that's blood. There are so many Jackson movies already. Exactly. Do we need more? We know their lives. God dang. Joe beat the shit out of people. Okay, so she says she had 0% involvement in the film, read an early draft of the script, gave notes on things she felt were inaccurate or dishonest, and stepped away after those concerns were not addressed. She described the biopic as containing inaccuracies and full-blown lies, saying she prefers honesty over sales and money. So underneath all the family tension, I'm still trying to figure out them damn kids. Is a bigger issue. This film is not just about one star. It's about legacy, memory, image control, and who gets to tell the story when the story is messy. Some relatives seem to view the movie as a major family moment, maybe even a comeback vehicle. Please don't. We'll let Janet come back, but please don't. Others seem to see it as a polished product that risks flattening or distorting the truth. And honestly, that is always the danger with biopics. The wigs can be perfect, the lighting can be expensive, and the trailer can be dramatic as hell. But if the truth gets airbrushed out, people are going to notice. And I'm telling you right damn now, I'm sick of these damn movies, okay? How many do we have? We have at least 14 of them. We got his childhood. We got when he left the family. We got when he bought other places. We got biopics all. Man, you could make a channel out that shit. Anyways, just don't paint the boy. The boy better be his hue. Fuck. Anyways, and don't bring no more groups out. 3T was horrible. Oh, God, that little group of the damn Jermaine's sons. I'm just like, yeah, nah. Fuck. Jermaine's son, that kid's gonna get painted because they are high yellow. All right, moving on into more petty shit. He's back. Brian McKnight is not happy with Ricky Smiley. You are not happy with anybody, and the black community is not happy with you. Not at all. So let's get into Brian McKnight because he is back in the headlines, and no, it is not for singing. It's never been for singing. For the last 2 decades, it hasn't been for singing. McKnight has filed a defamation lawsuit against the Ricky Smiley morning show host Karen Clark and Urban One over comments aired during a 2025 interview with his ex-wife, Julie McKnight, and a separate clip involving his son, Brian Jr. According to the suit, McKnight says the program painted him as emotionally abusive, mentally abusive, and neglectful father. Real talk, I already thought that about you. I think everybody else already thought that about you. I thought that was common knowledge. Shit. You think we just found this shit out? Why you think you ain't selling records like you used to? Why you think we ain't sitting up there trying to get you to come back? Fuck. And he argues Karen Clark did not say neutral or give him a chance to respond. He's seeking compensatory and punitive damage. Does that mean you broke? Is that what we mean? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, a lot of people used to love him, but not any damn more. Dude, The Room, read it, please. Okay, so now legally, that is his right to sue. I think he's doing it because he's broke. But public opinion is a whole different courtroom. And baby, that jury already dragged the man to the parking lot. McKnight has been taking heat online for a while now, especially after his 2024 Instagram comment about his older children, where he referred to them as a product of sin. Bitch! That is just dirty. You dirty motherfucker. God dang.
That shit is gross.
Anyways, and he basically framed cutting them off as a part of protecting his peace. You are nuts. I knew that dude was nuts. Those comments did not exactly scream Dad of the Year. I know I reported this before. I know I did. They sounded more like somebody trying to rebrand cruelty as spiritual discipline. And that backlash had real consequences. Claflin University canceled his scheduled appearance at its presidential gala after criticism over his public family drama intensified. So even if this lawsuit is about reputation, the bigger issue is that many people feel the reputation damage did not come from that audio. No, sir. It's been there. It's been there for about 2 decades now, ever since that first DV report we heard about. They feel it came from McKnight's own mouth, his own post, and the image he has built over time. Yeah, pretty much. You did it. You did it to yourself, sir. So yes, the case may play out in court, but culturally, people are asking a more basic question. At what point does defamation stop meaning they lied on me and start meaning they repeated what folks already believe because of how I move? That is harder of a song to sing because it's true. Most of us pretty much believe what you said, and what you said was you are a cruel motherfucker. That's what you said. You even tried to blaspheme, so you leave God out of this. He don't want nothing to do with you either. Shoot, unless it, ooh. Anyways, moving on to this next story because I had to. I was gonna skip it, but when I saw the whole title, I was like, we got to talk about this one. Check this out. Give me a second here so I can platform because I'm using different shit. All right, so check this out.
Nobody got time for that.
So, professor on Jalen Rose saying NBA has a residue of, I think they wanted to say residue of slavery. Who the hell is proofreading this shit? All right. Now, Jalen Rose stirred the pot this week after saying the NBA still carries a residue of slavery in the way it handles players and contracts. He made the comments on Joe and Jada Unfiltered, arguing the league. I've never saw this show. What is Joe and Jada? What the fuck is that? Anyways, let's see, where was I? He made the comments on Joe and Jada Unfiltered, arguing that leagues built around mostly black labor often come with salary caps, draft systems, and entry rules that limit how and when athletes can fully profit from their talent. He pointed specifically to the NBA and NFL, requiring players to wait before turning pro, while sports like golf, tennis, and MLB give athletes more flexibility. We got black folks in all of those. Now, technically, some people jumped on him because one specific part of his argument was not airtight. Then NHL, a league with mostly white players, also has a salary cap. So if you take his statement literally, it has holes. But I do not think his broader point was really about memorizing league spreadsheets. I think he was talking about the labor control. Who sets the rules, who gets the profits first, who gets told to wait, and who gets treated like $1 billion asset while somebody else owns the structure. That is true. That is very true. Because when you really look at it, draft systems tell players where they are going to live, rookie contracts suppress what they can earn early, eligibility rules delay their access to the market, and those systems were not built because athletes asked for less freedom. They were built because leagues wanted more control. That is why Rose's comments hit a nerve. He was, give me a second. He was speaking to a structure where black labor generates massive wealth, but ownership, governance, and long-term power remain overwhelmingly elsewhere. Then I guess that's everybody. So maybe people can debate his wording, fine, but the underlying question is still sitting there, looking everybody dead in the face. When black talent drives the machine and somebody else keeps designing the cage, what exactly are we supposed to call that? Because I don't know. Now, finally, many of these sports teams are acting like slave owners. Yeah, they are. finally, we are going to get into a actually good story, okay? It's actually about a rapper, and it's actually a good story. So let's check this next one out, please. Hold on, give me a second. All right.
Everybody got time for that.
So, Little Baby is trying to save his Atlanta neighborhood one property at a time. Finally. So, Little Baby is not just talking about loving Atlanta. He is talking about investing in it before it gets loved to death by developers. Recent reports say he is planning to buy properties in his old Oakland City neighborhood to help stop Black families from being pushed out, to create more affordable living options for lower income residents. He talked about the plan while taking his sons through the neighborhood in a vlog and said plainly, they're trying to take our neighborhood. That matters because Oakland City has been going through the same thing a lot of historically Black neighborhoods have been hit with. I know Roxbury has. Damn, they're neglecting Warren Gardens. Decades of underinvestment, then sudden revitalization, then rising property values, then somehow the people who survive the neglect are the first ones priced out when the sidewalks get prettier. Researchers have documented major racial turnover in historically Black neighborhoods across the country over the last few decades, with hundreds of thousands of fewer Black residents in communities that once centered Black life. Yes. Little Baby says he wants to buy back homes in the same place where he used to hustle because rap changed his life. And honestly, that part hits because too often success means leaving the neighborhood behind, then coming back years later to find coffee shops where aunties used to live and luxury branding slapped on top of Black memory. He is trying to interrupt that pattern by putting money into the community itself instead of just reminiscing about it from a gated driveway. Real talk, I don't know how I feel about Dudley. Yes, very much good for him. I don't know how I feel about Dudley Station anymore. They changed that shit a lot. Anyways, now whether the plan grows into, give me a second here. Oh yes, he is trying to interrupt the pattern, putting money into the community itself instead of just reminiscing about it from a gated driveway. Now whether the plan grows into a real housing model remains to be seen, but the instinct is that right. If wealth is leaving Black neighborhoods vulnerable to take over, then Black ownership has to be part of the defense. Sometimes saving the culture is not about murals and playlists. Sometimes it's about deeds, property taxes, and who still gets to stay when the improvements arrive. That is so true. That is it for our celebrity news. We about to get into health, and then we gonna do our palate cleanser, and then we gonna be out. Because I told you Thursdays are now a long haul because it's just so much. But wouldn't you rather this than having to rush and do your stuff so you can watch the Sunday one, or because I know it'd be crunching my damn schedule. Anyways, let's talk about Black health, shall we? Let's talk about that. Give me a second here.
We are.
So, I know I did it. Okay. Online racism impact on mental health. Black young adults face racism both in real and virtual life. Experts stress the need for clinicians to recognize and address online racial treatment. That's why I usually stay in Black areas now. Black American ones, because I tried to go into a diaspora and all them motherfuckers stopped following my ass. I don't know why. Now let's talk about something a lot of people already knew in their spirit, and a new study just backed up the data. Researchers at NC State found that Black young adults who face more racism online are also more likely to use digital mental health tools and seek support online. Study surveyed 1,005. That is the weirdest number ever. Why 1,005, please? I don't mind it since it's hard for me to join on Sundays. Oh, that's cool. I don't understand that, but anyways, 1,005 Black adults ages 18 to 28, and the numbers were heavy. Around 60% said they are online almost constantly. Excuse me. More than half said they use at least one digital mental health tool, and 88% reported experiencing online racism in previous 6 months. That tells you something important right there. Black young people are not imagining this. They are living with racism in person and then logging online to find it waiting on the screen too. Researchers and clinicians quoted in a follow-up coverage said online racism can hit especially hard because the anonymity, speed, repetition, and the fact that there is also no real off switch when the internet is wrapped around daily life. It is not just slurs either. It is a degrading content, hypersexualization, threats, algorithmic nonsense, and the constant sense that somebody somewhere is comfortable dehumanizing you for sport. I'll tell you right now, last night I was online and motherfuckers wanted to play with my fucking name. So you know what I did? I fucking got offline. Fuck you. I don't got time for that shit. That's immature as hell. And I am very sensitive about my real name. So fuck you. Anyways, that tells you something about, hold on. Let me move on down. And yes, many young people turn to apps, online communities, and digital tools because therapy can be expensive, hard to access, or handled by clinicians who do not fully understand racial trauma. That is why I'm not all the way in the VA, because I'm keeping my damn psychologist. I need to talk to her. Anyways, let's see. But experts also warn that most of these tools were not designed specifically for the racial stress Black users are dealing with. So digital support can help, but it cannot fully replace care that actually sees the whole picture. I got a Black psychologist. I am not letting her go. That is why one of the strongest takeaways from this research is simple. Clinicians need to ask better questions. Not just, are you anxious, but what are you being exposed to online? How often are racial attacks part of your scrolling? What does your nervous system have to survive before breakfast? Because Black young adults deserve support that deals with the full reality, not just symptoms that show up after the damage is already done. Real talk, because I'm still I didn't even have the internet like that when I was a teenager. I mean, halfway through, yeah, but I was still going through some things. Shit. I mean, seriously, I had a white person call me a burnt cracker before, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Again, from Florida. Just saying. I got a lot of beef with that fucking place. Seriously, and it looks like a peen. Okay, we're still in health, so let's keep on and moving it. Because, things need to be reported.
Emotional content.
So, closing the cardiovascular care gap, how science and innovation power healthcare progress in Black America. Now, let's talk about it because it's serious. Heart disease is still devastating Black communities at rates that should alarm everybody. The CDC says heart disease remains the leading cause of death in the United States, including for Black Americans. And the American Heart Association's latest data shows that nearly 60% of Black adults age 20 and older are living with some form of cardiovascular disease. I'm trying to get my cholesterol down, me. And I have fucking murmur that I thought left, but it didn't. Fucking people told my mom it'll go away when she gets older. They checked my heart in the Navy and said, you got a murmur. Great. Compared with 49% of U.S. adults overall. That includes conditions like coronary heart disease, hypertension, strokes, and heart failure. Now, those numbers do not come out of nowhere. Risk factors include things like blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, family history, access to care, cost barriers, and chronic stress. I have chronic stress. I know that much. And when you layer all that onto long-standing medical inequalities, underdiagnosis, and communities that have often had to fight harder just to be heard in a doctor's office, the disparities start looking at a lot less mysterious. They look structural. The American Heart Association has also highlighted that Black Americans continue to have the sum of the country's worst cardiovascular outcomes, even as overall heart disease trends have improved since the pandemic. So yes, there has been progress in treatment awareness, but the gap is still real. That is why public health experts keep pushing not just for individual lifestyle changes, but for better access culturally, responsive care, and more prevention before people end up in crisis. There's also a public-facing heart health assessment from Bear Aspirin that encourages people to take a look at their risk factor and bring those results into a real conversation with a doctor. But let's be clear, a 2-minute tool is not a diagnosis. It is a starting point. What'd you say? You haven't called it a cancerous peen in a while. Girl, it is a cancerous peen. I really can't stand that damn thing. That's why we need to just cut it off. Get on my goddamn nerves, Florida does. They need to attach systemic racism to cause for heart problems. It that should be there. It really should. Because, damn it, I think our children are born stressed out. Anyways, the bigger message is that Black folks cannot afford to wait until symptoms get loud. Get checked, ask for questions, push for answers, because too many of us were taught to be strong when what we really needed was preventive care and somebody who would listen to us the first damn time. That is so damn for real. Let's see here now. The next stories, because we only got a few more. Oh, yeah, kidney information. If you got kidney information, this one is for you. We got like 3 more stories and we are done for the night. So let's keep it moving. All right, so ending race-based test helps Black kidney patients. Why is it every fucking thing that has to do with health we are in behind? All right, for years, kidney transplant decisions in the United States were influenced by a race-based calculation that treated Black patients differently when estimating kidney function. The assumption behind it was that Black people supposedly had more muscle mass, which could make kidney disease look less severe on paper. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see here now. That means many Black patients were referred later for a transplant and evaluation and ended up waiting longer for a life-saving kidney. There was never a biological basis for race to be used that way. And health equity experts have been saying exactly that for years. Now the system has finally started correcting some of the harm after U.S. transplant systems formally ended the use of race-based kidney function calculations in 2022. It took that damn long? Seriously. Hospitals had to review cases and give Black patients credit for the time they should have been getting all along. A new study in JAMA Internal Medicine found that more than 21,000 Black transplant candidates received waiting time modifications, with a median gain of 1.7 years on the kidney wait list, in a process where the average wait can already stretch 3 to 5 years or longer. That is fucked up. That is not a tiny adjustment. That is a major difference in survival, access, and quality of life. Researchers also found that policy change was associated with increased transplant rates and among Black patients, which is exactly what should happen when you stop using junk science to delay people's care. One kidney equity expert put it plainly: race is a social construct, not a biological truth. So using it as a shortcut in medical algorithms can create real damage for real people. It's ridiculous that someone had to tell them that shit. And let's be clear, this was not some harmless technical glitch. It was one more way Black patients got told to wait longer, suffer longer, and hope harder while the system acted neutral. There are also active lawsuits against UNOS over the use of the race-based calculation, and a federal judge has already allowed at least some of those claims to move forward. So yes, this correction matters. Yup. But when people say Black folks have reasons not to blindly trust medical systems, this is exactly the kind of history they are talking about. Moving on to another history thing, another medical thing we got to deal with. Confronting the unequal burden of HIV and AIDS. I was looking at the IV and AIDS on women of color. Equity cannot wait. I think they're trying to kill us out. They're trying to wait us. They're still trying to wait us out. Motherfuckers are still thinking we're going to die out. God dang you. We're not letting it go, bastard. So, let's talk about HIV, because way too many people still think of this epidemic through an old, incomplete lens. When AIDS first entered public conscious in the early 1980s, the National Conservation centered mostly on white gay men, but women were always part of this story too, especially Black women, Latina women, and later transgender women, whose realities were pushed to the margins by bad surveillance, bad policy, and selective public empathy. Today, women make up a smaller share of the headlines, but they still carry a major part of the burden. National Women and Girls HIV/AIDS Awareness Day exists for a reason. The disparities are brutal. Black women account for about half the new HIV diagnoses among women in the United States. Who the hell? Where is your man? I don't know. Are they still doing, safe sex seminars in school? Cause damn, you damn. Yet they are the ones at Earth's faster rate globally than us. Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, let's move on. The disparities, that's ridiculous. Half in the United States, despite making a much smaller share of the female population. Latina women are also diagnosed at a far higher rate than white women, and transgender women, give me a second here, God thanks you, are especially Black and Latina trans women, remain among the most heavily impacted groups in the country. One CDC surveillance study across the 7 U.S. cities found that about 42% of transgender women surveyed were living with HIV, with the highest prevalence among Black transgender women. I think this dude that tried to get with me is transgender now. He used to tell people, if I can't have you, I'll have your boyfriend. I don't think that was a very good thing to do. And then he hid his truth, and people found out his truth accidentally and whooped his ass. So I don't know what to tell you, but we're all in a mess with this. Let's see here now. U.S. cities found that about 40% that with the highest prevalence among Black transgender women. What makes this even more infuriating is the prevention tools already exist. PrEP can reduce the risk of acquiring HIV by about 99% when taken as prescribed. And long-acting injectable options are opening up new possibilities for people who do not want or cannot manage daily pills. But women are still underrepresented among PrEP users, which tells you the problem is not science. The problem is access, awareness, affordability, stigma, and whether the health system is actually built to reach people most at risk. What you say? Can't believe he didn't get you with that line. Girl, I thought he was a girl the whole damn time. His name was, I'm not going to say it, but damn it, I never had a hard time saying a name in my life, and it was a regular name. I thought that was a whole girl. He was sitting on the girl side. I didn't know the class was separated, and I just am a tomboy, and my mom's a tomboy, so I sat in the boys area. I didn't know it was separated by, sex. And that motherfucker was over there. That dude had red hair and freckles. He was Black. And I thought he was a girl. All of a sudden, these damn notes came through. I'm like, who the fuck is this? He now has a boyfriend somewhere, but shit. I thought that was a girl. I couldn't stand yellow dudes for about a year. Anyways, it traumatized me because I thought that was a whole girl with no titties. Anyways, so when policies threaten coverage, they are not trimming fat. Give me a second. And that is Medicaid comes in to advocate. Clinicians say Medicaid is not just some budget line. It is the actual infrastructure behind HIV treatment, testing, PrEP reproductive care, and the wraparound support that keeps people stable enough to stay healthy. So when policymakers threaten coverage, they are not trimming fat. They are threatening survival, especially for Black and Latina women who are already carrying too much. 40 years after these disparities were first documented, nobody gets to pretend we do not know who is being failed and what would help. At this point, inequity is a choice. Y'all keep laughing. That was traumatizing for me. I had a few like that. Gay men loved me for some reason. Girl, I don't know why he liked me. That motherfucker was sitting on the girl's side. His hair was like a girl's. The only thing he was missing was curves and titties. I just figured he didn't have no titties. We was in middle school. Shit. How the hell I give my and then he wrote letters talking about I give my women jewels and gold and shit. Man, I am 13, sir. I don't care about gold. I want some candy. The administration has ended a lot of funding for trans care. They are trying to kill everybody that is not like them. That's what it is. All right, y'all, I'm going to be right back doing the commercial, and then we're going to talk about these animals, because this is definitely more proof that they are about to fuck us up eventually. They're going to jump us while we sitting up here fighting with that orangutan. I finally told y'all it's that damn orangutan. Excuse me. I'll be back. You'll find out about that fox in a moment. Check this out.
It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and it's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay, it's my hype girl, that's my mascot. Who wants to go for hours and some hours till we pass out? Stay inside the house, turn up with the rats out. Stay inside the house, turn.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about this. For real. These damn animals are up to something. And if we don't fucking start paying attention, they gonna kick our ass. That's all I gotta say. They gonna kick our whole ass and we ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. I've been telling you. These motherfuckers are sneaky. I watch my cats now. I'm telling you. So Red Fox stows away on a cargo ship from England to the United States. He is coming to a liaison with probably that fucking deer that broke into the bank and the goddamn emus. This is what's probably happening. So a red fox boarded a cargo ship in Southampton, England, survived the Atlantic crossing, and ended up in New York like he had a visa appointment in Manhattan. The fox was discovered on a ship that arrived at the port of New York in New Jersey on February 18th, and then he was transferred to the Bronx Zoo on February 19th. Officials say he's an approximately 2-year-old male weighing about 11 pounds. I had a few like that. Oh, wait a minute here. I see something new. Where is it? Is this it? No, I don't think that's it. I hate when I can't scroll down or when it won't let me scroll down. I really do. Scroll down, damn it. Let me see. Okay, there you go. These animals are on a mission. I'm telling you, these damn animals are on a mission. God dang it. Right now he's being housed in the Bronx Zoo Animal Health Center, where the veterinary team says he appears to be in good condition and is adjusting well after his illegal little international adventure. They are still doing routine health screenings before deciding on a permanent placement. So at the moment, he is basically in customs, medical, and witness protection all at once. And honestly, I have questions. How did the fox get on the ship? Where exactly was he hiding? Was he eating? Who was he plotting? Because this is not a quick hop across the pond. This is a serious trip. AP reported that he had made the journey aboard a cargo ship transporting cars. It's always cars. Last time it was a raccoon going to Belarus. Now it's a fox coming from Southampton. What the fuck? They met somewhere and they're telling each other, we're going to get our ass whooped by animals. I'm just telling you. This somehow makes the whole thing even funnier. It makes it scarier. That's what it makes it. Imagine trying to smuggle yourself into America and end up at the Bronx Zoo instead. Still, that is not quite Ellis Island. Still, sir, that is not quite Ellis Island. Still, here's the good news. He seems healthy. Once the zoo finishes evaluating him, they plan to find him a permanent home. So shout out to this scrappy little fox who's probably trying to plan our doom for making one of the wildest unauthorized travels stories of the week. Somehow he crossed an ocean, survived the ride, landed in New York. That's more international movement than some people get with a passport and a credit score. I'm going to tell you right now, this is a pattern. I'm watching it. The last one was I think he was from New Jersey. A New Jersey raccoon went to Belarus. And now we got, look at his beady eyes. He looks like he knows something. Tell me that damn fox don't know something. I'm telling you right now, you better watch your back. If you ain't woke, you better be woke. That damn naked, ugly ass orangutan is distracting us while they do something. Cows are using shit. Raccoons and seals are getting drunk. Cows are fucking us up with sticks. We gonna get it. We gonna get it. That's all I gotta tell you. We gonna get it. Here's the next damn story, because I'm telling you right damn now, I don't know what to tell you. We might not make it because these animals are going to whoop our ass. Look what they doing now. Hold on. Check this out. Oh, my Lord. And now in our last story, badger found hiding in a California high school storage closet. The motherfucker is going to school. The badgers are going to school. I told you, we gonna get our ass whooped. These animals are learning our shit. He went to a damn high school, y'all. He learning stuff. He knows we dissect animals. Oh my Lord. We in trouble. Man. All right, so animal control officers in Madera, California, were called to Madera High School on March 12th. This is recent, after a very unusual trespasser was found hiding in a storage closet. Not a student skipping class, not somebody's weird emotional ferret, a whole badger. Those are some mean ass motherfuckers. Yeah, he get an A for effort. That's a big ass, mean ass rodent. Shit. A whole badger just posted up in the closet like he had fourth period chemistry and needed a minute. The Madera Police Department said wildlife calls like this are extremely rare and explained that the situation involving wild animals having to follow specific state rules about capture and relocation. That meant police worked with animal control and brought in a biologist, Dan Fiedler, that's his name for real, from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife's Fresno unit for help safely removing the animal. Together, they captured the badger and got it out of the school without anyone getting hurt. But I'm very sure you offended the hell out of that badger. He was trying to learn some shit. He has failed his mission. I'm telling you, we gonna get our asses whooped. And that is probably for the best, because badgers are not exactly the kind of animal you want to discover while reaching for a mop bucket. They are strong, defensive, and not especially interested in your school district protocols. These animals doing something. I'm telling you, they doing something, and y'all laughing at me now. Wait until you get your ass whooped by a cow holding a baseball bat. Shit. Yeah. They are not interested in our school district protocols, so shout out to the professionals who handled it safely, because one wrong move and that storage closet could have turned into a nature documentary of sirens. Police also thank school staff and their wildlife partners for helping resolve the whole thing. So the lesson here is simple. If you're not at school and somebody says there's something in the closet, maybe do not volunteer first. I wouldn't go anyways. I wouldn't, even if they volunteered my ass, I wouldn't go. Didn't I tell you it took 3 days for me to open the door for an armadillo on the other side of my damn screen door? Damn it. And I was armed with a broom. Okay, I beat the hell out of that damn armadillo. He ran his ass away. He was not going to get my ass that night. I was the only black person in my house. I was the only person in my house. Hell no. Anyways, sometimes it's not forgotten supplies in that damn closet. Sometimes it's a badger who has absolutely no interest in your attendance policy. Either way, that's terrifying, and we're done for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging on with me. I told y'all these Thursdays are going to be long, but you're going to learn a lot of shit. That's for damn sure. Now y'all know, I'm trying to keep y'all on the up and up. I'm telling y'all, we need to start writing this shit down. These damn animals are not playing with us. But that's it for the night. Thank you so much for hanging on. This was a long one. Check me out on Sunday. I'll be much shorter. And if not for y'all, as I say always, I wouldn't be nothing here. So thank y'all. Have a good night. And, take care of yourselves. Bye. Thank you. Where the hell's the outro? There it is.
I can't stay. I always gotta go. Laying house to stay on my soul. On the road, I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Laying house to stay home with my soul. On the road.